Witam Państwa bardzo serdecznie z Katowic z imprezy Intel Extreme Masters. Nazywam się Tadeusz Zieliński i będę miał niewątpliwą przyjemność poprowadzić studio przedmeczowe przed finałami w Counter-Strike Global Offensive, czyli jedną z najpopularniejszych gier e-sportowych na świecie. Moimi gośćmi są Mariusz Lord Cybulski, jedna z legend polskiego e-sportu i polskiego Counter-Strike'a.
Cześć wszystkim.
Oraz Damian Kisłowski, czyli Furlan, grający w drużynie Vex, czyli młoda krew, która obecnie gra cały czas Counter-Strike'a.
Witam wszystkich.
Panowie, zacznijmy od tego, że wytłumaczmy naszym widzom szybko, czym jest e-sport. E-sport to jest, krótko mówiąc, sportowe granie w gry. Dyskusja na temat tego, czy to jest sport, czy nie, toczy się od zawsze. My jej tutaj nie będziemy próbowali rozwiązać, ale dość powiedzieć, że granie w e-sport to jest dokładnie to samo, co granie zawodowo w tradycyjne, znaczy uprawianie tradycyjnych sportów, tak? Czyli gracze łączą się w drużyny, łączą się w organizacje, razem ze sobą rywalizują. To jest ujęte w ramy turniejów, takich jak ten, na którym jesteśmy, rozmaitych lig i w ten sposób właśnie e-sport jakby goni ten tradycyjny sport, budując całą tą swoją masę. Mariusz, powiedz mi, z czego twoim zdaniem wziął się boom na e-sport? On w ciągu ostatnich lat, mniej więcej od 2010-2011 roku mocno się odbił. Skąd to się bierze twoim zdaniem?
Przede wszystkim to jest świetny sposób dla młodych osób na życie na początku, tak? Jedni uprawiają sport, inni mają taką alternatywę, że mogą zostać graczem komputerowym. Tam są po prostu wielkie emocje, tak samo jak w każdym zwykłym sporcie. Są elementy rywalizacji i jest to naprawdę bardzo fajny sposób na życie i można poznać bardzo wielu ciekawych ludzi.
Są też oczywiście bohaterowie, tak? No wy jesteście, jakby nie było, bohaterami dla tych młodych ludzi. Zakładam, że to też jest bardzo ważny element, tak? Te wzorce osobowe.
Tak, wzorce osobowe. Przede wszystkim tak każdy gracz wzoruje się na początku na jakimś idolu swoim z określonej gry i stara się jakby kopiować schematy, jakimi on gra i to jest bardzo ważne, żeby mieć takie osoby, na których można się wzorować.
Damian, da się na tym zarobić, na życie?
Myślę, że spokojnie.
Już to są te czasy, kiedy już mamy taką masę zbudowaną, że da się na tym po prostu
Tak,
z tego
dokładnie.
żyć. Tak? Dobra, panowie, jesteśmy na imprezie Intel Extreme Masters. Mariusz, ty żeś był na bardzo wielu edycjach Intel Extreme Masters. Zakładam, że jesteś, że tak powiem, no, jesteś starym wyjadaczem. Powiedz mi, jak oceniasz imprezę katowicką?
No można powiedzieć, że jestem nawet weteranem, a impreza jest niesamowita. Kiedyś byłem na pierwszej edycji tylko, nie byłem na dwóch poprzednich. To nie było tak wielkie. Było też duże, ale to, co widać teraz, to jest po prostu coś niesamowitego. Myślę, że nie jeden sport w Polsce wymienka przy tym, co się tutaj
Mogliby pozazdrościć widowni. No więc właśnie ty pamiętasz jeszcze te czasy, kiedy to się zaczynało w małych klubikach, w małych jakichś, nie wiem, sklepach nawet się robiło turnieje. W kafejkach internetowych, a obecnie są to turnieje ogólnoświatowe. Tutaj się zjechali dziennikarze, gracze, widzowie z całego świata. Damian, ty zdaje się, że jeszcze nie był na IEM-ie. Powiedz mi, jakie to jest wrażenie, jak się pierwszy raz wchodzi na halę i widzisz te 14 000 ludzi siedzących na widowni?
Właśnie ta widownia. Wchodzi się na halę i zapiera dech w piersiach. Ta atmosfera, która tworzy, szczególnie jak grają Polacy, to jest coś niesamowitego. Jest taki doping, jest taka moc, że
Przypomina to wydarzenie sportowe, zdecydowanie, prawda?
Zdecydowanie.
Słuchajcie, przejdźmy teraz do krótkiego materiału wideo, w którym pokażemy wam, jak mieszkańcy Katowic oceniają Intel Extreme Masters.
Kibice już zacierają ręce na myśl o wielkich pojedynkach w czasie wielkiego finału Mistrzostw Świata w grach komputerowych Intel Extreme Masters. My postanowiliśmy sprawdzić, co mieszkańcy Katowic wiedzą o e-sporcie. Co to jest e-sport?
E-sport? No to są gry na komputerze, w spodku będą.
Tak, to wiemy, ale nie gramy w gry komputerowe, ale nasze wnuki grają.
Jak im idzie?
No, starają się.
Gdyby była potrzeba i złota piątka reprezentująca Polaków na tych mistrzostwach Counter-Strike'a potrzebowałaby gracza, czy któraś z pań zdecydowałaby się pomóc naszej drużynie?
No nie jesteśmy chyba hazardzistkami, żeby grać, ale gdyby trzeba było ratować honor ojczyzny, to jak najbardziej.
Co według was będzie najbardziej atrakcyjne w czasie tegorocznych Intel Extreme Masters?
Mamy nadzieję, że zwycięstwo Polaków w Counter-Strike'u.
Wiem, że jest Jarek Pasza, Pasza Biceps, Snack, Stas, Biali i nie pamiętam.
No, w Matrixie był też. Taka podpowiedź. Bardzo dobrze, bardzo dobrze. Your favorite player?
Faker.
Faker, yeah. It will always be
As
Faker
usual,
from
yeah.
SKT.
W zeszłym roku też kibicowałam, w tym roku też, także już czekam na jutro.
Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękujemy.
Ankietowani jak zwykle nie zawiedli. Jeżeli nie było wiedzy, to przynajmniej było śmiesznie.
Jak widać, Intel Extreme Masters zaczyna wrastać w krajobraz Katowic. Jesteśmy na turnieju Counter-Strike Go. Jak powiedziałem, jednej z najpopularniejszych gier sportowych na świecie. Na początku warto wytłumaczyć więc, o co w tej grze chodzi. W dużym uproszczeniu jest to coś w rodzaju takiego paintballa, czy też airsoft gunów, w które się gra wirtualnie. Mamy dwie drużyny, terrorystów i przeciwterrorystów, antyterrorystów, którzy grają ze sobą w drużynach 5-osobowych, walczą na kilku różnych mapach, takich jakby specjalnie przygotowanych terenach i polega to na tym, że jedna drużyna ma podłożyć bombę pod jednym z dwóch punktów, a druga drużyna broni, stara się ich powstrzymać, ewentualnie później rozmontować tą bombę. Brzmi to oczywiście bardzo prosto, ale tak naprawdę proste nie jest. Nie jest to tylko czyste strzelanie. Mariusz, powiedz mi, na czym polega granie na takich turniejach jak ten? Czy ono się różni jakoś zasadniczo od tego, co mamy w internecie, od takiej gry internetowej?
Przygotowanie na taki turniej offline'owy, jakim chociażby są Katowice, dla tych zespołów z czołówki to jest naprawdę złożony proces. I polega on na tym, że przygotować się trzeba na... Niektóre drużyny robią bootcampy, niektóre się przygotowują online, tak jak mówisz, ale trzeba przygotować zagrania dla swojej drużyny, zagrania pod przeciwnika. Bardzo duże znaczenie ma tutaj też doświadczenie i ilość występów na tych turniejach. Im większa, wiadomo, im więcej na tych turniejach się występuje, tym łatwiej zachować zimną krew podczas rundy i tym łatwiej wygrać.
Łatwiej przed publicznością, czy łatwiej jednak za ekranu komputera, z zacisza domowego?
Zależy, bo czasami publiczność może cię ponieść, a czasami może
Podciąć ci skrzydła,
tak,
tak mówiąc.
dokładnie.
Damian, do ciebie jako do praktyka Counter-Strike'a mam następujące pytanie. Powiedz mi, na czym polega taktyczność tej gry? Jak powiedziałem, to nie jest tylko i wyłącznie strzelanie z karabinków, tak jak może się wydawać na pierwszy rzut oka. Na czym polega właśnie ta złożoność, te szachy, ta cała taktyka, która jest z tyłu?
Główną podstawą w ogóle wszystkiego jest ułożenie standardu tak zwanego. Każdy zawodnik ma jakąś pozycję przydzieloną, po której się porusza i ona ma za zadanie zanalizować przeciwnika tak, aby zawodnik prowadzący grę mógł łatwiej dostosować taktykę do przeciwnika, znaleźć tą piętę Achillesa, słaby punkt. No i wtedy przy użyciu granatów drużyna wchodzi, już wiedząc, gdzie każdy zawodnik wbiegnie, którą pozycję osłania, tak żeby ta paka mogła zostać zaplantowana na bombsite.
Czyli krótko mówiąc, w dużym uproszczeniu, chodzi o to, żeby dobrze przygotować się do spotkania, wiedząc jakie są stałe elementy gry. Czy to jest coś takiego jak w piłce nożnej, właśnie stałe elementy gry, różne warianty, rozgrywki na dane sytuacje?
Tak, dokładnie.
Czy to jest jakoś strenowane w specjalny sposób? Nie wiem, czy to jest tylko i wyłącznie w meczach sparingowych, czy może robicie jeszcze jakieś inne rodzaje treningów?
Większość zagrań jest stosowanych przy meczach sparingowych, ale są taktyki, które wymagają większego przyłożenia się na sucho. Trzeba przegrać taktykę, żeby wszystko zgrało się ze sobą.
Czy to jest też tak, że możecie na przykład pewne rzeczy przetrenować na sucho?
Oczywiście, że tak.
Czyli gracie po prostu na pustej mapie w tym momencie?
Tak, biegamy w 5 po prostu na pustej mapie i rzucamy sobie granaty na sucho, dopracowujemy je, żeby były doskonałe w 100%, żeby nie było żadnej luki, jakiejś tam, żeby przeciwnik nie mógł zobaczyć cokolwiek przez nie.
Szybkie pytanie jeszcze. Skąd się wzięła taka popularność Counter-Strike'a akurat teraz? To jest gra, która istnieje na rynku e-sportowym, no właściwie jedna z dwóch najdłużej granych oprócz StarCrafta. To jest 17 rok w tym momencie, kiedy gra się w Counter-Strike'a. No oczywiście przeszedł parę ewolucji w międzyczasie. Mariusz, powiedz mi, skąd się wziął ten boom akurat teraz?
Boom na e-sport, na CS-a wydaje mi się, że wziął się stąd, że ta gra już jest 17 lat ma, także bardzo dużo nowych, młodych graczy dochodzi, ci starzy zostają. Nie ma żadnej takiej bariery, że nie można grać po 25 roku życia, można grać nawet do 35 roku życia. Dla wielu młodych graczy jakby takim motorem napędowym są właśnie te turnieje offline'owe, bohaterzy, idole, tak jakby pasza dla wielu młodych osób. Także
Niewątpliwie, ale jest to też kwestia pieniędzy oczywiście, prawda?
oczywiście tak. Te mikropłatności, które Valve wprowadziło teraz do turniejów CS-a, mają ogromny wpływ na to, jak szybko się teraz rozwija CS.
Może ja szybciutko wytłumaczę. Chodzi o to, że w grze w tym momencie można kupować i wygrywać też poprzez grę różne małe właśnie jakieś takie powiedzmy ulepszenia do broni. Właściwie tam przede wszystkim są to kosmetyczne zmiany i tym można też handlować. W związku z tym stąd się bierze też właśnie cały ten jakby to zaplecze finansowe, które gracze nie tylko mogą grać tak jak wy w turniejach jakby e-sportowe, ale mogą też po prostu zarabiać na graniu w grę. Przejdźmy w takim razie jeszcze do takiego krótkiego materiału, w którym pokażemy wam, co działo się na turnieju w ciągu ostatnich 2 dni, kto wygrał i w jaki sposób się potoczyły losy.
Setki tysięcy osób przed komputerami. Jednak kilkadziesiąt tysięcy zdecydowało się na podróż. Niektórzy z nich pokonali nawet kilka tysięcy kilometrów, by być tutaj w katowickim Spodku. Oto przed wami rozpoczynają się rozgrywki na głównej scenie wielkiego finału Intel Extreme Masters w Katowicach. Które z gier was skusiły pojawić się tutaj na Intel Extreme Masters?
No oczywiście Counter-Strike.
On mnie tutaj przyprowadził i Virtusi. No ten CS będzie najbardziej widowiskowy, można powiedzieć.
Twój ulubiony zawodnik z naszego teamu?
No.
A mamy piątek, jest pełno, jest niesamowicie.
It's amazing, like last year. It's amazing.
Publiczność zawsze jest na najwyższym poziomie i tutaj nie mamy nigdy nic do zarzucenia. Tutaj my daliśmy plamę, to jest nasz blamaż, a nasza publiczność jak zawsze okazała się niesamowita.
Na placu boju zostali najlepsi z najlepszych. A kto zabierze ten puchar do domu? Dowiemy się za chwilę.
Jak widać, sympatie kibiców zdecydowanie stoją po stronie zespołu Virtus.pro. Niestety zespół Virtus.pro, czyli zespół polski, 5 Polaków, wśród których kiedyś miałeś okazję, Mariuszu, grać, nie poradził sobie najlepiej, odpadli w ćwierćfinale. Czy możesz mi powiedzieć tak szybko, z twoim zdaniem skąd się wzięła taka forma, a nie inna Virtusów w tym turnieju?
To znaczy ja nie jestem teraz w tej drużynie, nie rozmawiam z tymi osobami aż tak często i nie spędzam z nimi tyle czasu, żeby znać ich wewnętrzne problemy w drużynie. Ciężko jest powiedzieć tak naprawdę, co było ich przyczyną ich słabej gry. Jednak moim zdaniem troszeczkę zabrakło pewności siebie chłopakom i zabrakło tej indywidualnej gry, bez której tak naprawdę w CS-ie nie da się wygrać meczy bez indywidualności, tak?
Znaczy jest to jest to gra zespołowa, ale wymaga też jednak, tak jak w piłce nożnej zresztą, prawda? No mamy takie gwiazdy jak Messi. Są potrzebni ci liderzy,
Są potrzebni te osoby, które jeśli nie idzie, to pociągną tą grę.
zmobilizują zespół i jakby zachęcą go do wygranej. Panowie, podsumujmy jeszcze szybciuteńko cały turniej. Wydarzyło się tutaj parę ciekawych rzeczy. Przede wszystkim mamy bardzo zaskakującą sytuację ze strony zespołów z Brazylii. Czy mógłbyś mi, Damian, powiedzieć troszeczkę więcej? Bo z tego, co wiem, to Brazylia jest dosyć nowym zjawiskiem jakby na scenie Counter-Strike'a.
Tak, właśnie tutaj drużyna Tempo Storm pokazała kawał dobrego CS-a, tak jakby dostali się na ten turniej, od razu wyszli z grupy, co jest bardzo trudnym zadaniem, można tak powiedzieć.
No, grają jeszcze do tego z ludźmi, którzy są weteranami, tak? W turnieju brali udział ludzie, którzy grają w grę od 16 lat, tak? Czy 10 przynajmniej, a niektórzy i dłużej.
Niektórzy nawet wcześniej.
Niektórzy nawet wcześniej. Czy to w takim razie młoda krew po prostu zadecydowała? No, grają jeszcze do tego z ludźmi, którzy są weteranami, tak? W turnieju brali udział
To jest nie wiem, ci
w
młodzi
grę
zawodnicy
od
mają
16.
talent po prostu do tej gry.
Dobra, jeszcze tylko na sam koniec, panowie, ponieważ musimy już skończyć. Wasze przewidywania. Kto wygra mecz? W tym momencie gra Fnatic z Luminosity.
Na pewno faworytem jest tutaj Fnatic, nie ma wątpliwości. Wygrali 5 turniejów z rzędu. Ale osobiście wolałbym, żeby jednak wygrało Luminosity, bo to staje się powoli monotonne i osobiście będę trzymał kciuki za Brazylijczyków.
Tak jak w Formule 1, w której cały czas wygrywał Schumacher, tak? Damian?
Stawiam na Fnatic, ale zobaczymy. Być może Brazylijczycy pokażą pazur.
Dobrze, dziękujemy wam bardzo i zapraszamy na przerwę.
If your PC is dated and tests your nerves more than your skills,
Pam, 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 pam. Wiki, tiki, narkotyki to z Albanika. Pam, 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 pam.
Witam wszystkich bardzo serdecznie na analizie przed wielkim finałem. Wraz ze Szperem i Innocentem będziemy
Tutaj pinają się ściany, a ja najebany czekam na gości. Bo ich z dupy wyrywa wszystkie i rzuca to jakieś maniurze do drinka. Wybiła wszystko i strasznie cię pizdę, a z nieba zaczyna lecieć kokaina. Już na nogach słaniam się, a Alibaba z gośćmi idzie w moją stronę. Jeden z nich potyka się i se rozpierdala o chodnik mordę. Ekstaz napierdalał się, a mówiłem im, że są bardzo mocne. Alibaba śmieje się, mówiąc za 5 minut królu zaczynamy koncert. Prostytutki skaczą do płytkiego brodzika, krzyczą król złoty, czy masz na nas chęć? 2 razy nie musisz pytać Albańczyka. Jeb. To jest gang z Albanii, nasza druga płyta. Dzisiaj sobie zrobię z wami 1 000 000 zdjęć. Jak nie wiesz co powiedzieć, to lepiej mnie nie pytaj. Tylko po albańsku przybij 5. Pam, 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 pam. Wiki, tiki, narkotyki to z Albanika. Pam, 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 pam. Wiki, tiki, narkotyki to z Albanika. Pam, 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 pam. Wiki, tiki, narkotyki to z Albanika. Pam, 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 pam. Wiki, tiki, narkotyki to z Albanika. Wiki,
tiki, fajne bryki, ekskluzywne samochody i pokazy mody. Pieniądze, szampany, różne odmiany, zdjęcia, many, albańskie fany. Sztosy, nosy, nowe hopsztosy, tuningi, graveringi, breaklingi, żony, kupony, ksenony, nowe ringi, DJ-e, złodzieje, miksery, skrecingi. Lota, kilo złota, Andrzej Gołota, Riki, Tiki, Radek z Ameryki. Wizy, loty, albańskie przechoty, napoje, kowboje, Boriksony, Leroye. Rasy w czasy, za wysokie lasy, zarabianie, oddawanie, pożyczanie kasy. YouTube, kluby, telebimy, vlogmasy, dania, ubrania i inne rarytasy. Sklepy, BM-y, tantiemy, smarty do karty, muzyka na żarty. Kluby, śluby, dokręcanie śruby, nocne łowy i rysowanie głowy. Gazy, kastety, najdroższe bilety, szmery, bajery, kręcenie afery. Hotele, burdele, soboty, niedziele, śmiechy, smuty, lakierowane buty. Plity, łańcuchy, unikanie puchy, przypalenie chuja, hodowla rzeżuchy. Dity, kazale, hajsy za wokale, Riki, Tiki, prawdziwe Albańczyki. Fuda, łycha, holenderska marycha, regowe miksy, podwójne za X-y. Złota, platyny, szmaragdy, rubiny, to jest właśnie to, co najbardziej lubimy. Ram, pam, 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 pam. Riki, tiki, narkotyki, to z Albanii gang. Ram, pam, 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 pam. Riki, tiki, narkotyki, to z Albanii gang. Ram, pam, 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 pam. Riki, tiki, narkotyki, to z Albanii gang. Ram, pam, 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 pam. Riki, tiki, narkotyki, to z Albanii gang.
Luminosity! And their opponents, the undeniable #1 team for quite some time now. Some of you call them heroes, some of you call them villains, but all of you agree that when they enter these maps, that when they enter the booth, you're in for a show. Please welcome to the stage, Fnatic! Luminosity versus Fnatic. Ladies and gentlemen around the world, it is time to crown a new IEM champion!
A new champion or a defending one. If Brazil picks this up, it'll be their first international success, and there's a tons of people around the
Dla
world.
niektórych to są bohaterowie, dla niektórych złoczyńcy. Jak myślicie, dlaczego Fnatic budzi tak ogromne emocje? Bo to nie jest drużyna, którą się ogląda, kibicuje i wszyscy się cieszą, że wygrywają. Rzeczywiście to jest drużyna, na którą się patrzy cały czas z niepokojem. Czy wszystkich będą rozkładać 16-0, czy jednak w końcu ktoś wyrwie im tę mapę, te mecze przede wszystkim?
To znaczy ja osobiście chciałbym, żeby Luminosity tutaj naprawdę zagrało bardzo dobry mecz i no, w sumie szczerze mówiąc jestem troszeczkę za nimi tutaj, bo jednak mimo wszystko troszeczkę męczy już to, że Fnatic od 5 turniejów z rzędu wygrywało wszystkie swoje turnieje. No i myślę, że zyskali dużo fanów tym, przede wszystkim swoją grą, ale kiedyś też mieli właśnie różne swoje takie no, dziwne zachowania, tam były te boosty i też ludzie właśnie przez to troszeczkę chyba mają różną opinię o nich. No ale zdecydowanie jest to dobra drużyna i trzeba im jak najbardziej kibicować.
Ja uważam, że naprawdę tak jak wcześniej powiedziałem, że Luminosity ma wielkie szanse w końcu zakończyć dominację Fnatic. Myślę, że nie zakończyć, bo to i tak wróci do tego samego poziomu, bo po prostu nie ma drugiej takiej drużyny, która gra na takim poziomie i jest w stanie wygrywać na takim poziomie cały czas, więc myślę, że to i tak wróci, ale teraz mimo wszystko, że nie byłem od początku za Luminosity, to jestem za nimi w finale.
Luminosity wyrwało przede wszystkim jedną mapę w fazie grupowej Fnatic. Czy to jest motywator dla nich, że poczuli, że mogą rzeczywiście 3 mapy wygrać bez problemu, bo to jednak jest best of 5, to nie będzie łatwa droga. Czy ta mapa w grupie była przypadkiem, czy rzeczywiście Luminosity jest teraz na takim poziomie, że zrobią to z łatwością, albo może nie z łatwością, ale zrobią to?
Ja myślę, że w tej chwili Luminosity to jest druga drużyna na świecie. Ostatnio pokazują zawsze bardzo dobre wyniki i no, wygrana w grupie na pewno dała im takiego wielkiego boosta, żeby no, po prostu mogą teraz pomyśleć o zwycięstwie. Tym bardziej, że właśnie jak mówię, wygrali już z nimi, a zdecydowanie no, mają duże szanse. To, że wygrali jedną mapę, to nie znaczy tam, że po prostu tego już nie mogło być wcześniej, bo zawsze były równe wyniki między Fnatic a Luminosity. Tam wygrywało przeważnie Fnatic, ale no, wydaje mi się, że właśnie mają bardzo duże szanse w tym meczu.
Wczorajszy mecz Fnatic wyszło z meczu z Astralis 2-1, też przegrało jedną mapę, ale pierwsza mapa Overpass dla Fnatic 16-6 i to jest mapa, która się teraz pojawi w tym meczu. Myślicie, że rzeczywiście to jest najsilniejsza mapa Fnatic?
Ja uważam, że ogółem na Overpassie Luminosity ma dużo większe szanse niż Fnatic. Nie wiem dlaczego, uważam, że styl, jaki prezentuje Luminosity, doskonale pasuje do mapy Overpass i naprawdę liczę na może nie jednostronny pojedynek na Overpassie, ale jednak jestem za Luminosity, że będą w stanie wygrać z Fnatic na pierwszej mapie.
Ja tutaj również poprę słowa Pawła, bo wydaje mi się, po wczorajszym meczu z Navi zdecydowanie jest to bardzo dobra mapa dla Luminosity. I tak jak sobie przed meczem mówiłem tam z różnymi ludźmi, to jest to właśnie jedna z map, którą zdecydowanie Luminosity może wygrać z Fnatic.
Ale Luminosity, przypomnijmy, walczyło przecież na Overpassie, to były dogrywki, to nie była jasna wygrana z Navi we wczorajszym meczu. To może jednak to nie jest coś takiego silnego. Czy myślicie, że poukładali sobie tę grę, rzeczywiście wykorzystają swoje najmocniejsze strony z wczorajszego meczu, wiedzą, co im wychodziło. Na pewno też obie drużyny miały czas na przygotowanie, jakie mapy chcą zagrać. Na bank oglądali swoje demka przez północy, więc może to nie będzie taki jednostronny mecz. Trochę mnie zaskakuje, że obstawiacie
My nie
Luminosity,
mówimy, że to będzie jednostronny mecz, to będzie jak najbardziej wyrównany mecz.
ale powiedzieliście, że będzie mocna przewaga Luminosity na Overpassie.
To znaczy na
To
pewno
mnie
nie
trochę
mocno.
zaskakuje.
Nie, wydaje mi się, że po prostu na Overpassie Luminosity może zdecydowanie ma większą szansę niż na innych mapach. I wydaje mi się właśnie jeszcze, tak jak mówię, Navi też jest bardzo dobrą drużyną i wczoraj grali bardzo dobry mecz, pokazali niesamowite boosty, które no, zaskoczyły pewnie dużo ludzi, tak również nas. No i wydaje mi się, mimo tego właśnie Luminosity udało się wygrać ten mecz, tą mapę. No i jak się ogląda naprawdę Luminosity na Overpassie, to widać, że no, czują tą mapę i są na pewno tam bardzo dobrzy.
Porozmawiamy jeszcze o zawodnikach Fnatic. Olof we wczorajszym meczu statystyki 1,33 na plus 14, Flusza 1,30 plus 21. To są niesamowite statystyki. Olof udowadnia, że jest najlepszym zawodnikiem świata. Tak było w rankingu. Myślicie, że ten sezon też będzie należał do niego?
Myślę, że jeżeli Fnatic będzie kontynuować swoją dominację, to myślę, że nikt nie jest w stanie zagrozić Olafowi. To jest najbardziej wyróżniająca się postać, chociaż akurat to jest drużyna złożona z 5 gwiazd tak naprawdę. Nie wiem, czy istnieje w ogóle inna drużyna, która ma faktycznie 5 graczy takiego formatu w jednym. Więc tak naprawdę ciężko jest być gwiazdą w takiej drużynie, największą, a jednak Olof tego dokonuje. Więc myślę, że dopóki Fnatic będzie grała tak jak gra, to zdecydowanie Olof zostanie na pierwszym miejscu.
W którymś z wywiadów chyba Denis powiedział, że to jest magia. Jak myślicie, co to za magia, że ta drużyna naprawdę robi tak niesamowite akcje przez smoki, przez ściany, wyczucie takie, informacja od współzawodników?
Oni mają dwie ważne bardzo rzeczy według mnie. Przede wszystkim są bardzo dobrymi kolegami wszyscy, są przyjaciele. Dlatego też Denis jakiś czas temu zastąpił Pronaxa. I druga sprawa to oni są już tak pewni siebie, że mogą robić w grze co chcą tak naprawdę.
Tak.
To jest moja opinia.
Głównym czynnikiem w ogóle zwycięstw jest pewność siebie. Myślę, że jeżeli jakikolwiek gracz jest naprawdę pewny tego, że jest w stanie wygrać, to tak naprawdę wszystko leży w mózgu i oni są już na takim etapie, że po prostu to robią.
Jak myślicie, jaki wpływ ma na zawodników to, co widzą przed sobą? Siedzą w budkach, ale widzą kilkanaście tysięcy osób, które są zapatrzone, krzyczą. Polscy kibice potrafią kibicować, nieważne kto gra, ale angażują się we wszystkie dobre akcje, wszystkie są nagrodzone, podziwiane. Myślicie, że to trochę ich stresuje? Jednak Fnatic było już w tym miejscu wiele razy. To dla nich będzie spokój, ale drużyna brazylijska jednak dostanie boosta od polskich kibiców, bo wielu z kibiców życzyłoby sobie zakończenia dominacji Fnatic. To może będzie ten moment, gdzie właśnie to nasz tłum im pomoże w tym.
No byłoby na pewno ciekawe, jakby właśnie tak się stało, a zdecydowanie ludzie są naprawdę wspaniali tutaj w Spodku i aż to się pięknie ogląda wszystko. A dla graczy myślę, że to jest również tak samo fajne, że po prostu zagrają fajną akcję, ludzie im za to gratulują, biją brawa. To jest coś pięknego. Moim zdaniem właśnie dzięki temu właśnie jest taka opcja, że no, mogą naprawdę zwyciężyć ten mecz i lepiej im pójdzie.
Przede wszystkim Luminosity, ogółem Brazylijczycy strasznie żyją grą. To jest jedyny team, który naprawdę tak przyjemnie się ogląda, nawet na streamach, czy właśnie za plecami, jak był pierwszy dzień rozgrywek, jak oglądałem właśnie mecze. To po prostu to jest niesamowite, jak bardzo oni cieszą się po każdej wygranej rundzie, jak reagują. I myślę, że dodając do tego taką publikę, jaką mamy w Spodku, to naprawdę może być właśnie czynnik wiodący w ewentualnym zwycięstwie Luminosity.
Zastanówmy się jeszcze chwilę, skąd się bierze teraz fenomen brazylijskich drużyn. Dwie drużyny naprawdę na porządnym poziomie. Rozmawialiśmy przed meczem o Falenie, który stworzył coś niesamowitego w Brazylii. Nie wiem, czy kibice sobie zdają z tego sprawę, ale to dzięki niemu obie drużyny znajdują się tu, gdzie znajdują. Falen jest bardzo doświadczonym zawodnikiem. Może opowiedzcie troszkę o tym, jak wygląda e-sport w Brazylii i skąd to się wszystko bierze.
No, tak naprawdę Falen jest takim mentorem, można powiedzieć, w Brazylii. On jest postacią wiodącą w e-sporcie, w CS-ie przede wszystkim. I tam jest bardzo szanowany i to nie jest tak jak gdziekolwiek, że w innych krajach, że każdy sobie gra i jest fajnie, tylko tam naprawdę wszyscy robią tak mniej więcej to, co im on powie, tak, to można tak powiedzieć. Jest tam, założył tak zwane Games Academy wcześniej, czyli drużynę Tempo Storm aktualną. No i on nimi dyryguje, no może nie w takim sensie dyryguje, że mówi, co mają robić, no ale pomaga im bardzo, pewnie dużo ich nauczył ze swojego doświadczenia. Tak samo jest właśnie z drużyną Luminosity, oni również bardzo się go słuchają, reszta graczy i jest taką, moim zdaniem właśnie dzięki niemu Brazylia ma mocnego CS-a w tej chwili.
Myślę, że zdecydowanie można Falena nazwać ojcem brazylijskiego CS-a, bo naprawdę to, co on robi i ile zrobił dla sceny właśnie w Brazylii, to jest niesamowite i nie sądzę, żeby była jakakolwiek tak charyzmatyczna postać do dążenia właśnie do takiego celu jak Falen. Na przykład, nie wiem, opłacając turniej bodajże RGN, na którym sami braliśmy udział w Ameryce, to cały w ogóle wyjazd ówczesnego Games Academy po prostu był pokryty z kieszeni Falena. Więc tak naprawdę on widzi po prostu, widzi nadzieję w tym, że właśnie ci
Oni
gracze...
po prostu żyją tą grą, to widać u nich, że dla nich jest to tak jak dla piłkarzy, nie wiem, w Polsce żyją tym, tak oni Brazylijczycy żyją CS-em, poświęcają się temu w 100%.
Dokładnie, to widać. Oni są, no nie ma tak bardzo zorganizowanych drużyn jak Brazylijczycy. I Tempo Storm i Luminosity grają strasznie ciekawie i mają wszystko dopracowane. Wszystko do najmniejszego detalu.
Jesteście młodymi zawodnikami, przed wami na pewno jeszcze nie jeden bardzo dobry mecz i bardzo dobry turniej. Myślicie, że to jest to właśnie osoba, taki Falen, który zbierze 5 niesamowitych zawodników, indywidualnie skill na najwyższym poziomie i powie im, panowie, drużyna powinna wyglądać tak, tak i tak, w ten sposób działamy. Myślicie, że tego brakuje właśnie, żeby ta scena stała się bardziej różnorodna, bo rzeczywiście te drużyny, które w tym momencie są w czołówce, no to są starzy wyjadacze, którzy gdzieś tam mają organizację, gdzieś po drodze ich ktoś prowadzi, od wielu lat sami zbierają doświadczenie, a rzeczywiście jest bardzo dużo zawodników, którzy indywidualnie są świetni, ale nie potrafią działać w drużynie. Myślicie, że to jest ten przełomowy moment, kiedy inne dywizje, inne platformy, nie wiem, spojrzą, kurczę, można zrobić coś takiego, zebrać szkołę, znaleźć zawodników i po prostu dobrze ich poprowadzić, pokazać im, jaka jest droga. Myślicie, że dla was to też byłoby czymś pomocnym, że to byłby przełom na przykład w waszych karierach?
To znaczy, wiadomo, że jak jest bardziej doświadczona osoba, która już przeżyła bardzo dużo w grach i w CS-ie, była na wielu turniejach, to zawsze jest w stanie dużo pomóc. Na przykład u nas teraz jest, wiadomo, trenerem Lord, który no, osiągnął już bardzo dużo, między innymi wygrał 2 razy IEM. No i no widać, że pomaga nam bardzo dużo. To jest doświadczenie, mimo wszystko. Wiadomo, że jeszcze w tej chwili nie mamy takich wyników, żeby można mówić o nie wiem, o jakichś najważniejszych tam rzeczach, ale no, pomaga nam dużo i widać po prostu doświadczenie. A chciałbym właśnie, żeby w Polsce też bardziej tam... Ciężko to powiedzieć, mamy w tej chwili Virtus, oni się zajmują sobą. No, może kiedyś będzie właśnie tak, że jak już skończą z graniem, to bardziej przejdą na jakieś rzeczy, żeby pomagać młodszym zawodnikom, a mamy ich naprawdę dużo w Polsce.
W 2 zdaniach, jak myślicie, kto wygra? Albo tylko wynik?
Ja bym powiedział, ja bym jednak stawiał na Luminosity i mamy finał BO5, tak? BO5, to stawiałbym jednak, że będziemy mieć 5 map.
Ja jestem za...
I think Fnatic had a lot of trouble dealing with Astralis yesterday, and Luminosity, they are not afraid of a Fnatic. I'm talking to them outside getting into this match, and they're just like, I love playing against Fnatic. We're going to eat them alive. I'm like, okay then.
It is,
okay.
It is that battle, right? The tactical versus like the freewheeling style of which one's going to overcome here.
I mean, I obviously had Astralis picked, so I'm gonna go with.
His heart's already broken.
Heart's already broken. I'm going with Yanko. You know, to hell with that. I do think Luminosity are going to be able to take this as well. If we just talk one map at a time, we've got the 9th round coming up here to decide who is going to start on what side, which definitely has an impact when you're playing on Overpass.
The big struggle for Luminosity in this, and actually it will be for Fnatic as well, but their strength yesterday against Astralis was so much they were able to control bathrooms, they were able to be aggressive and find early kills, use a lot of Astralis' utility on that terrorist side before the execution could come into play. So both teams are going to have to manage that so well.
What is this 9th round?
This is pretty sick. They're chucking decoys at each other. And it's going to be FNX. So Luminosity will get to pick which side they want to start on, the CT side or the T side. And well, I imagine they'll be going on the defense to begin here on the CT side. Yep, they're going to stay. Fallen calling that immediately. Luminosity getting into their usual huddle as well. And this is a team, they've got that chant at the beginning of it. They go over all their points. And Fallen, right now, he isn't telling them anything. He's just like, guys, you know, this is it. This is our moment. We know we can take them. We've done it before. We did it in the group stage already. Yep. Now let's just do it here on the finals and finally get that tournament win for ourselves here.
Yeah, I mean, this is what they've worked for. This is what all that hard work that they're known for, all that preparation, and like this meteoric rise that they've been on over the past year. This is where it all culminates for them, and that storyline of it circling back to Katowice here is insane. It's awesome.
It is. And for them to have that performance at DreamHack Winter that started it all last year, and you're just thinking, this team is monstrous. It's only a matter of time before they win something. And once again, they're in the finals versus the best in the world in Fnatic.
So what do you think Fnatic is going to try and do here? They're going to be on the terrorist side. This is a map that, in the beginning, especially when it was played, those B rushes with, you know, Tech 9 armor, you could get 2 if you wanted to in a pistol round. That was very successful. It seems like people have stopped doing that. The counters to them have become too effective. Think Fnatic are going to try and play sort of a slow style here, or is it going to be really, they're going to try and take control of this game right off the bat?
Well, I mean, they're going to do both throughout this. It all just depends on what they're going to start out with. Yesterday, it was just directly, you know, against Virtus.pro, against Astralis. It was just foot on the throat out of the gate. It was just like unending pressure, very, very aggressive play style. I mean, if they start out with that, Luminosity, they've got to be a little bit worried. They've got to be able to stop that and kind of withstand that storm early on.
I see 2 sumo wrestlers here, in the sense that they're just going to charge at each other, and it's going to be the first one who gets slapped in the face and put out balance that's going to lose this map. So Fnatic, I don't think they're going to hold back whatsoever. I think they're going to just go ahead and establish dominance right off the bat here. It's going to be up to Luminosity to be able to match that strength, match the shots, and carry it through from there.
I mean, I think the problem is it's best of 5 as well. It takes so long. You know, we've seen Luminosity already beat Fnatic in this tournament on Inferno, the best of 1 game. But, you know, if the pressure continues across 5 maps, can they actually withstand that? Good luck, have fun has been called. And we are going to go into the game. The countdown is on the way. We've got 1 Molotov and 1 smoke here picked up by Flusher. Already an indication that they've got at least some sort of execute in mind here on the Fnatic side.
And all of them heading over towards this B bomb site except for JW. So he branches off just a little bit. He's going to go down underneath towards the door. Oh, there's a nice damage done on a Taco early on, down to 3 HP.
FNX going to be trying to sneak in here, see if he can find an opening somewhere. A little bit scary when you take this much damage, but look at the response from LG. They're going to try one of these creative boosts down on the B-bomb site and try and see if they can make that work. And Taco's underneath. He's got 3 health, so he's not going to be much use anyway in a fight. Cold Sierra not going to get the crossing kill here. Molotov comes out to try and block them out. That's going to secure Fnatic a bomb plant in a 5-on-5.
Cold Zero, he's lethal with the USP. This guy finds headshots all over the place. They really need to get rid of him. But what am I saying? FNX with the boost, and there's Dennis! Counter boost straight back at him, but now they know 2 players have to be here in pit, and Luminosity, they're just trying to use their numbers, trying to push in, but it's a 3-on-3, and they're holding the line, and somehow we're into a 1-on-1 here, right out the gates.
No kit here on Foe. He's going to have to get this kill. He gets a headshot, and that's going to be it. He shuts it down with enough time. Oh man, that bomb plant wasn't exactly working in favor of JW, but imagine if it hadn't just been a 1v1 there. I mean, that would have been an excellent position to stop any kind of retake from. What a tense pistol round to begin with.
And it looked once again like Fnatic was going to be able to just hold on to that. They had all of Luminosity funneled into that one choke point. JW was even flanking through the A bomb site. He knew nobody was coming down the stairs from the Luminosity side, but it's FNX again and again with these impact kills, the opening 2 on that retake.
Yeah, and look at that right there. It's just brute force straight at each other. No fear. Get in there and take the fight. And FNX, I mean, there's just so, like, Luminosity have now reached that point where at any point we can say, at any point, any of these players can step up and just do mad work to get this team through a round. And FNX, again, usually it's the clutch situations that he's so very good in for Luminosity, and that might as well count as a clutch. 2 headshots and a pistol retake made all the difference. So quick pause there, just a little stutter, but we're back into it now. Countdown has begun to get into the second round. And, well, Fnatic showing some restraint. They aren't going to go for the Kevlar buy. They got that bomb plant. I'm actually a little surprised. What do you think about this, Moses? Because they could go Envy, right, and have the option to go Tech 9 armor nades and just really try and go crashing back into Luminosity.
They do have a tendency at times to do that, but this early in the match, there's no reason to risk getting into that tough economic cycle. Just save up, get those AK-47s. And just be confident in your gun round moving forward. And actually, that kill helps as well. Cold gets caught a little bit off guard. Crims finds him easily.
Man, he was just looking the wrong way for a second, and that's all it takes. 2 quick tabs, and it's already done. Now, it seems like Fnatic across the rest of the map are just waiting to see if Luminosity are going to make a mistake. A second one, why not? They've got so much time, and a common response for LG would be to try and see if they can get a bit more information, and Fnatic are ready and waiting for it. It's not unsimilar to what they did on against Astralis on this map.
Now, with this one kill, though, this defense gets a little bit spread thin. They've got to devote more eyes to more places, and they can't group up, and actually now FNX is going to be under pressure. He grabs the first one, and Fnatic hasn't swarmed him, and here it comes. He sprays down 3. Huge hold from FNX.
Oh, buddy! And there's Fallen already. Nice flick on a Flusha to shut him down. It's going to be Crims. He's got 2 kills so far, having picked off Cold and FNX, but that bomb is dropped out in the middle of nowhere. He knows that a scout is waiting for him on the site. Fur has rotated in as well, so the crossfire is established here for Luminosity. Crims is really just hoping right now that Luminosity get impatient, try and make a mistake. And that's just not going to happen here. Luminosity, they shouldn't be rushing in. They shouldn't need to take the risk. And Fur dancing on the edge, he puts himself at risk of getting headshot there. So a little bit of a scary moment, but he stabilizes, and 3 players survive here for Luminosity.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Uh-oh. Well, that happens. Well, that gives us a moment to talk, Immers. I want to ask you, they get 2 kills in the round, economically speaking, and for any new viewers out there, what is it like if they get a 3rd kill?
We're live, boys.
Oh, we're live already.
All right, we're back into it. Whew. I was going to say, we're going to have to radio cast here for a second if they don't get that screen back up.
All right, people trying to Luminosity now, and it's going to be a quick trade there. Taco refragging on Crims. That's very important, and a nice double push there from LG.
Maybe that's their answer here, is just to match that aggression early on the CT side, and even Taco finds 1 more onto Olaf.
And Taco's been so consistent for Luminosity throughout this group phase, throughout the bracket play. Fur steps in, picks off Flusha to start. And, well, JW, he's still alive. He's looking for an angle. That smoke is on the good side of the smoke. I mean, the bomb, rather, is on the good side, but there's just an angle enough. There's just enough of a gap for Taco to abuse it. And 4 players survived this round, this key round, because that's really going to allow Luminosity now to get a little bit of breathing room with their money, start having a decent economy here going into the 4th.
That's actually a massive round for Luminosity. That's a statement there. Pushing 2 out, getting those opening kills, telling Fnatic they're not just going to be able to gain map control for free, no matter where they head, and surviving with that for, yeah, the economy building up. Now Fnatic, they can't invest anything. They have to save up for the next round. No armor, no nades bought on their side, just some upgraded pistols.
Ooh. Okay, then.
Olaf catching the
grenade.
Oh, no! JW just walking right into it, and I'm actually hearing the crowd chanting Luminosity. Incredible.
Well, I mean, they did say it right, the desk, when they said that Luminosity, not just Fallen, but this team has captured a lot of the hearts of Counter-Strike fans as they've gone on this tear.
Well, let's also remember that Fnatic are the team that eliminated Virtus Pro. So I think the crowd are also going to be looking for some vengeance here, and Luminosity might be the tool that will deliver it. I mean, So far, so good. This is a more common boost coming out here from Fallen. Gives him eyes on the restroom, just changes up the angle a little bit. It is a little scary if somebody tries to backstab in from long, but so far, it'll be Flusha with an instant headshot.
I'm surprised Fallen didn't see the shadow there, because the shadow peeked out before the model did a couple of times. So thinking maybe he could have seen that, but will be a refrag once. Olive with a great shot coming back into it in spite of being on 13 health, and now it is a 2v3. This is an expensive round for Luminosity, and they can't lose any more players. That will actually impact their economy going into the later game here. Staying alive with 3 is critical. FNX going to pick up the 1 kill there, and that will leave Crims.
And now Crims is in a bit of a tight spot. It's not going to be pretty for him. He knows that there's a man at long, and certainly the rotation has come through, and even this shot from the back. Taco hitting the perfect timing to come out of connector. And a 4th round on the board here for Luminosity. Very strong start so far.
Show of hands, how many of you thought Crims would actually hit that shot? It's so scary.
I was actually, yeah, I thought it was very, very doable. But this is the problem when you go against Fnatic. Yeah, you have them on these eco rounds. You know, you have this massive advantage in terms of your arsenal, but they have no nades, they have no armor, they still find 2 kills, and that very easily could have turned into a 3rd and maybe even a bomb plant. So no matter what situation you have Fnatic in, they find ways to make it work.
And now the setup, and this time around Fnatic, they will have the full buy, all the nades necessary as well for an execute if they want, and the single Molotov on Flusha. He could use that to clear out that B site later on. So we'll see where they decide to take this. Nice flash into mid to get a little bit of control here, but Fallen's waiting with the AWP, and Fur takes the fight straight up with Crims, wins it, no way! Gets the 2nd kill on Olaf, and he nearly gets the 3rd. JW finally slows him down.
Well, it's not over yet, though. Still got more than a minute left here, and with Flusha and JW still alive, you really never know. Taco, though, is close. He's coming up right where the bomb is dropped in. Flusha looking the wrong way. He's going to go down now. JW, 1-on-3, and this would be one of those clutches that Fnatic really needs right now. Again, it is another buy round, and they haven't made too much of an impact yet. They've killed a couple of Luminosity members every round, but they need to do more. It's got so much time, and they've got a pretty good setup right now, LG, to keep him contained.
Yeah, there's really not too much you can do. You can see just Fallen playing so far back. Cold has an AWP as well, but what does he have left to do? 1 smoke to work with, and this is the thing. Fnatic is losing these early battles for map control. Luminosity is taking it to him, first over towards the short sewers, now towards bathroom. All the trades early on going in Luminosity's way, and it puts these Fnatic members in such a difficult spot.
Oh, jump down once, looking for it on Cold Zero. Kind of close the door, open it again, goes for the spray right through. He's not hitting this shot. Oh, he goes down, Cold Zero, surviving on just 11 health. That looked ridiculous.
That is sick.
That's so scary. Crowd is getting pumped.
And you know what?
This is sick.
You would think with that double setup that maybe their aggression on the CT side here would be just a little bit less, but they got that great setup with the rifle and Fallen up there, so still pretty forward on the map.
I like this change of pace, though, from Fnatic. It's time to put a little bit of pressure here on this B site. And they're going to go in aggressive. JW straight through the smoke up onto short. This might get a bit hairy here for Taco, who's going to hold the line. Wins the first duel versus JW. He's got a man and sniper as well. That's Cold with the AWP, but Olafmeister snuffs him. And now it's all on Taco, and he gets a 2nd headshot. Could get a 3rd as well. Played peekaboo, but he will get caught.
It's 2-on-3 here. Fnatic still in a very tough position. They don't have the bomb down. It's dropped in the middle of the site right now, and all LG have to do is wait for that bomb to actually get planted. Ferg gonna pick off Olafmeister. And Flusha, well, he is a clutch player, but this is too much to ask of him. He's planning out in the open, which is so brave as well. Gonna get a shot in the back, but they get the bomb down at least. So a couple of kills and a bomb plant. I mean, Fnatic, they're having an impact every round. The question is, Moses, is it enough to keep the LG economy low?
No, it's still building up, especially with 3 more players surviving. They have money to rebuy as well. And this is the tough part, because once Fnatic gains control of the economy, they're so dangerous at manipulating the amount of utility, the amount of money that their opponents can spend. But Luminosity is just keeping a firm grasp on it. And nothing is working for Fnatic, and now they have to win multiple in a row to really deplete the economy. First up at 7,000. These guys can buy for rounds and rounds.
Just a moment here.
No, I think someone.
We might have a pause here.
Yeah, I think the game crashed for a brief moment on one of the players, so we will definitely figure that out and get it fixed immediately. 6-0. Moses, you're a Fnatic fan, obviously, as we know, on the Sith Lord side. Tell us, are you worried at all right now?
I mean, I'm not so much worried by the score. I'm worried by this Luminosity that's come out to play. This is a team that's matching the aggression and the trading from Fnatic early on into this match. Definitely 6-0 is not where you want to see them, but we know the danger of Fnatic. We know that as soon as they do grab control of that economy, force the reset out, if they can close the gap in the score lines, and on top of that, they just start running away with things at that point. That's when they get really, really scary, because they have such a good read on what you're able to buy, and that's when they can start with these change of paces, really bullying the amount of smokes, the amount of Molotovs and nades that'll come into these choke points.
Oh, that goes too far.
That also scares me a little bit.
Missed it, one smoke out, and that could have been a big opportunity there had they pressured in mid. Somebody could have come right around the corner expecting that smoke to be there, and boom, you get shot in the face. Doesn't matter though, Fur is there to take out Olaf. Nice shot coming in from Cold with the wall bang onto Dennis, but he's not gonna hit that angle just right. Unfortunately, it is just gonna be a fair trade, even with the HP. And Fnatic, wow, they really thought that they could just try and get in here and punish that quickly, but they decided to slow down the pace a little bit rather than try and rush in. Oh, look at this from Cold. He's so clever.
Well, this is some heads-up play, and for those of you who don't know, he's expecting a double boost on the other side of that wall, because you can do that on the railing to look into the bomb site. And Cold Sierra just trying to be one step ahead of Fnatic, which is definitely not a bad idea. It's still a 4-on-4. What really worries me here is the Fnatic have 3 smokes, a couple of flashbangs, but that's all the utility they have, and they're going to need to use that if they want to even get onto a bomb site. Once the bomb is down, how are they going to hold it?
Well, the other thing, Luminosity, they've been forced back passive on their defense. There's no eyes on whether Fnatic is coming up these stairs. Now, Fnatic doesn't know this, but as they clear out these bathrooms and they find no one there, it's basically going to have to be a very quick rotate. You can see Fallen now. This is that play to get some kind of information, seeing if anyone's there to cut off the lurk. And he's looks like Fnatic's about ready to open this door on him.
They're running a bit behind here though, Fnatic. A little bit scary. Fallen seems like he thinks that this is going to be an A push. He's rotating off the B site, and this is masterful here from Fnatic. 20 seconds left, and hardly anybody here. It's only going to be Cold to land the first shot. Misses it. Nice shoulder peek. Nice shoulder peek there to draw out that shot and see where Cold is playing from. But now it's a tough retake here for Luminosity.
Well, Fnatic did this a lot yesterday against Astralis, so it's definitely possible to do it, but with that kind of opening from JW, it's going to get a lot worse now. And LG, they're far away from the bomb site. They're now just starting to get in here. They need a swift refrag. FNX jumping down into the fire, and he actually gets the kill on Flusher, brings it back into a 3-on-3. Bomb ticking right in front of them. They need that opening. They have no more smokes. They can't even defuse inside of one. And there's JW, second kill coming up for him. And looks like Fnatic have made this work. Dennis picking up Fur as well, and now it's all on Cold to try and do a bit more. Picks up one shot, goes for a second, and he hits it as well. Almost no time left. He does have a kit, but look at how far away Crims is. And that bomb is gonna go up, and that will be it. Fnatic winning their first round. And what just happened? Luminosity, how did they all end up in that A-bomb site?
They misread the situation completely. Fnatic was just using that clock, just running it down as an opponent of Luminosity, and made Luminosity believe that while there was no pressure put on the B-bomb site for 20 or 30 seconds, that's what pulled Fallen back towards A, and it left Cold just with that AWP. You were wondering what they were going to do with their 3 smokes. They didn't need any to enter in onto a bomb site. They shoulder peeked that, bait out the shot, and it's a free entrance for them.
And that's actually, and if you're wondering why Cold, why Luminosity would try and persist and getting in there to take that fight, 1-for-1 trade down in Connector. Very well done, JW there to back up Crims. But Fnatic's money is very low thanks to those kills that Cold got in. So this is an all or nothing sort of situation now for Fnatic. They have to pick up this second round. Otherwise it's back to pistols. They're all broke. And Luminosity gets to run away with this first half. So high pressure situation here for Fnatic to come up with a solution. And Fallen, he's got his AWP once again. Well, I mean, I think if you've been following the tournament so far, you have an idea of what he's capable of.
It's a great opening though. Cold Sierra going down by the monster tunnel, and now Fallen in so much trouble here. Tries to actually stay alive instead of just falling back. He gets the one shot in, but he can't get the second on Dennis. That's still a pretty brave move. Instead of just trying to fall back to safety, actually tries to take one with him and is successful. Now Fur and Taco, 2-on-3 retake here. Fnatic win this round. They might be able to reset them. It's a nice headshot coming through on JW. It brings it back into a 2-on-2. Fur is coming in from the other side as well. And Olaf, he's ready for it. He's hiding in the smoke. He sees it coming. Taco gonna be with the gun barrel first. He gets the one shot in, and now it's a 1-on-1. And Olaf's got the health for it, but Fur, he's already on the bomb. He's got the time here. 2 seconds, 3 seconds. He goes on the spray. He wins it. Fur gonna be able to clutch the 1v1. And that will be another round for LG, economically resetting Fnatic.
What a huge win, and that's a situation you don't see Fnatic drop often. And at 3-on-2, even the champions make mistakes. You see JW go for an early peek there, try and take that duel up top. Once he falls into a 2-on-2 situation, That just makes it so much easier for Luminosity to win. If JW just stays a little bit passive and finds a new spot that can set up a triangle, a couple different crossfires in that bomb site.
And the options are there now. Well, now it's Fnatic back to square one, back to pistols, hoping that somebody's going to make a mistake on Luminosity. And this time, Luminosity, they do not go aggressive. Instead, allowing Olofmeister to walk right up onto short, but Cold, he was alone. He wouldn't have had backup, so this is very wise from him. Now he can take a little bit of a delayed peek, and Olofmeister... Oh!
No way.
What a shot!
No way. That's so far outside of his peripheral vision that he can't see it, and then he just instant snaps on him as soon as he gets within range.
Olaf is so good. That is going to put Cold a little bit on the back foot, I think. Now scary there, but Fur, no Kevlar, so the aim punch will keep Fur alive so long as he hits that first bullet. Flusha is going to find another Deeg shot onto Fur. So now they actually have a gun to work with here, Flusha. He's going to be pretty happy about that. He was so competitive in the clutches yesterday throughout the playoffs. So we need to see him wake up here on Overpass, start having that impact that will allow Fnatic to get back into this map.
This is actually a little scary for Luminosity. Any more death that they take is going to be so devastating, and they do fall, but Flusha gets the TK, turns it into a 2-on-1. A little bit unlucky for him, and now it's fallen to end things. But 3 kills out of Fnatic, that's a successful eco round out of them, just the pistols. And the money for Luminosity is still low. That round they won, this shot is ridiculous.
Boss.
What a quick adjustment.
So sick.
You can see the money, though, on the LG side. Everyone is fully bought out, essentially, except for Taco.
So the tactical pause now getting called in here for Fnatic. So good time to use it. They're going to have a full buy going into this round. And it's just on the edge of Luminosity getting about too far ahead, really. They're down to 8 rounds, or they're up to 8 rounds, rather, Luminosity. This is acceptable for Fnatic if they can stop it here. And, well, there was a time when Fnatic, every time they took a pause, that's where things shifted their way.
And I think the reason, I mean, obviously it's the sort of the gap in score here that makes Fnatic do it. It's also, I think, the fact that they must know the Luminosity economy is quite low. And that means even if they are 7 rounds ahead, it's a little bit deceptive because all they need to win is essentially 1 round and they can bounce from practically from 1 up to 3 if they win that round again. But this could still be like a 9-6 half for Fnatic if they just win 2 key rounds.
This is a turning point in this match. This is kind of where there's that fork in the road where whether Fnatic's going to be able to get back into this half or if Luminosity's just going to really run away with it. I mean, this is essentially the difference between, like you said, 8-7, 9-6. It's between single digits and double digits. If Luminosity can win this round, they're guaranteed to get up to at least 10 in this half.
And I just have to say, while we're getting that crowd shot, the arena is so full that it even, there are people that wrap behind the stage. They put up projectors behind the stage so that people can actually watch from the seats back there. It is such a packed full house here in Katowice. So sick.
We do get one of these timeouts, and it's not such a new thing anymore, but it hasn't always been in global offensive. It's quite a good idea. We see that some of the teams that are very good at using them, they definitely have an impact on the game. Fnatic may be the best example.
They're the ones that really, made it popular almost, because there was that stretch during the summer of last year where, every pause they took, they immediately won the round coming out of it. Mm-hmm. It was like they were up to 15 pauses in a row where they won the following round or something crazy like that.
There are moments, there's different ways to use it as well. You had some leaders that would just say, actually, don't say a word for a minute, just sit and think and just chill, right? Reset the momentum. There are other, this is a pitfall. It is a danger, however, for some teams where, and this is also, I think, what happens to work for Fnatic, where they're on the T side, they take that pause. Luminosity, though, the danger, the trap to fall into is to change too much. Luminosity, everything is working for them right now. They just need to keep doing that. They need to not start thinking, okay, maybe if we change this here or there, it'll work better. You're beating Fnatic straight up. But as I say that, Dennis comes barreling out at JW. He gets the wallbang on a Cold as well. That's the risk of using that boost. You can get punished hard.
Why not? When all seems lost, Fnatic out of the pause. 2 exceptional kills.
That's a ridiculous way to start a round. Well, Fnatic, they've got a 2-man lead. They should be able to close out this round. Taco's playing very close. There's so many targets around this corner. It's going to be tough. It gets flashed in from a teammate all the way. Oh, Taco! Second kill coming in. That's going to bring it back into a 3-on-3 now. And Fnatic, can they actually manage to recover from this? That's going to be a big kick in the shins right here. FNX playing over by the barrels as well. He's going to have a big opportunity to kill these two people in tunnel if they look the wrong way at the wrong time. And Taco is here with the crossfire. This is actually a brilliant setup here from the Brazilian side. And Fnatic, they're out of grenades as well. You can see Olaf trying to sneak on in. The gun barrel is going to show Taco. Third kill coming in. He sprays and he almost gets it. FNX is there, goes for the second one, and it's a one-on-one with 40 seconds. And a Fallen coming up from behind. Flusher, he's got the bomb down. We're going to have to see if he knows that this is happening. He's certainly got a good clue. Just gambles everything, turning his back to the sniper spot. Fallen walking in, and he gets the shot. Clutches it, and Luminosity. A huge round being won here.
Now, this is ridiculous now with all these clutch situations going Luminosity's way, despite them being so low on economy. That plant, though, gives Fnatic another bye. They have a good losing bonus built up. But this is a suffocating defense.
This is so cool. I'm glad that we get to the replay here because Taco, he plays this perfectly. Gets the first, predicts the second, and then instead of hanging around and getting greedy and trying to take another fight, he backs off and plays it safe and lives to get another kill onto Olafmeister later on. That was so well played by Taco, and interesting, Fnatic putting the brakes on.
Showing some of that restraint. The losing bonus wasn't built up as far as I thought. It was only, I think, 2 or 3 rounds, so they didn't get enough money for all AKs, and they go for the pistols.
Still looking for the punish there. They're still looking to see if they can't catch Fur out on that boost. Dangerous situation, though. Olafmeister might be able to take out Taco. Taco dropping so low, and he will fall in the end. Crims with the kill on Fur as well, and that opens up the B-bomb site for business. It's all on Cold to hold the line, and he takes 2 kills, brings it back to a 3-on-3.
Yeah, Molotov at least going to slow down the retake a little bit. Cold's brought so low. FNX, oh, look at that. The switch over to the M4 for Fallen. He drops the up. He wants to do the entry work.
This is all very, very smart play, and maybe a little bit careless from Luminosity as well, but we'll see if they can manage the retake anyway. They've certainly done it before. Flashes go in. Now they want to see if they can do it. They got the kits as well, and entirely flash to the pit. It's going to be Dennis. Crims goes down as well. It's all on Flusher. 1-on-3 with a Deagle, and he's going to have to hit some great shots right now. That's not happening. Finally, there's the hit. There's the second. He goes for the flat. Oh, he can't connect, and FNX is going to defuse that bomb. What a heroic performance from Flusher.
How close are some of these rounds? These are the ones that you expect Fnatic to come out on top of. And Luminosity, that was some exceptional teamwork entering into the bomb site between Fallen and FNX, knowing perfectly how to cover each other as they enter water. One's making sure no one can peek from the bomb site. One's clearing out the corner positions.
And the flashes as well. Great use of utility. Just, I mean, there's no accounting for like the individual skill. And Flesha, man, with the pistols, he's just so scary. He played that so well. But now they're actually changing things up here, Luminosity. All right, less focus on the B side early on. Instead, a little bit of a presence over at long here with the double tap sort of situation. Fallen with that AWP, Fur there to act as soon as Fallen is given away. There's the initial shot. Fallen takes that peek, wins it. Fallen with the double kill. JW trying to come in here to have an impact, and he gets caught out by Fur. It works perfectly for Luminosity.
Yeah, it works more than perfect. Fallen with 2 kills from up top. And that was a delayed pounce for that second one, but it's going to be Flusha up close. Cold's not expecting him there quite yet, but Flusha doesn't know. He's got one to his right. Behind him, and actually this should be a pretty free kill, and Taco almost misses it, but does recover. Just down to Dennis.
That was an interesting sort of view on how, you know, Flusha's mouse sensitivity actually was against him. You see how hard of a time he had to turn there?
Yep.
That kill even took a while, but where are the flashbangs coming in here? Fallen, there's one, but it's not even close to being successful. He doesn't have to turn around, he can just stay there. A little bit of a mess up, I think, on Fnatic's part.
I love the patience from Fur as well. Doesn't even show himself to Olafmeister or the second man through. That could have got out of control. He just sits and waits and let Fallen do the work. 11-1 the score. Luminosity off to a fantastic start here on their CT side of Overpass. And right now, more aggression. They're like, we've got the momentum going our way right now, boys. Let's take the fight to them. Let's close them out. 14-1, always possible here for the Brazilian team. And this, another boost coming through. And Olafmeister, he might very well walk right into it. Fur, that was at top mid. That was all the way back at T-spawn. But JW with the boost catches out Taco. And they're just going to pounce Fnatic. Straight rush onto the B site now.
What a ridiculous situation. They actually saw each other as well. Fallen will get one more frag in. So again, advantage for Luminosity. But all of this time, he wants to go aggressive. Oh, he gets the shot. He turns 180 and takes down Cold Zero. How is it possible? Now it's going to be back in a 3-on-3. The bomb will be going down, but Fur is coming up from behind, and he can clutch this with just a single kill here towards Monster. Grenade goes in once again. He's getting shot from the side. Flusher there to help out Crims, and that's a huge kill coming through. Fallen, he gets the shot, but he can't kill Flusher. And now it's all on FNX, and you gotta wonder if this is even worth going for. The money here for Luminosity is not such that it can afford to throw away rifles. Steals an AWP and runs away. What an incredible round.
Yeah, Flusha is just sick and tired of losing those situations, those post plants they're normally so good in. They've lost 2 or 3 now, and he says, all right, I'm just going to do all the work. Goes and bails his buddy out towards Monster with that flank coming into play, and then takes out one more up top. So good individual effort from him once they get into the bomb site. But even though they have this money low for Luminosity, this is just too late in the half to even say that breaking the economy is going to be a huge benefit to them.
Yeah, especially because there's going to be a near full buy coming out here from Luminosity. Saving that op allows for Fallen to still have his impact. I mean, Olafmeister's just ridiculous as well. How does he kill Cold from that position? Instant shot onto him. But it will be 4 rifles coming out here for Luminosity, so not too shabby. Fnatic, though, they want to keep that pressure up. Straight flash, and Flush are really looking for the punish. But that's not going to be the case, and that's not where the focus is going to be. Instead, it's Fallen there with the AWP, and he gets the first shot. Flush really trying to, like you said, Anders, he's tired of it, and he's trying to take control, but Luminosity are just not letting him.
I mean, Fallen using these off angles really well. It's so hard for them to predict because they look at all the usual spots, and then as soon as they've cleared all, they might think, all right, he's not going to be here, and then they walk one step further, and that's exactly where he is. Some really good mind games coming in, and I expect nothing less from Fallen at this point.
Well, and the amount of mobility he has and the amount of different angles he's used and looks that he's given them prevents Fnatic from trading, which has always been one of their strengths. These 1 kills and fallbacks, it's so massive.
Well, this could be perfect here for Fnatic. There's the flash. It doesn't hit Dennis, but it does stop Crims. If Taco hands the spray, he is going to be able to live, and he could actually take the fight further, but Olafmeister will shut him down. And it's Cold up close with the CZ75. Usually Flush's spot, and with the same pistol. See if he can be as impactful with it.
Well, look at this bomb plant going through. That's to the front of the bomb site, so very open plant. Great shots coming through, and Crims alone out in Monster. He can't really do a thing from this position. Still 3 members to kill. They're close as well. He misses the shot, and Cold gonna take it and steal the AWP.
Ruthless.
12-2 here, going into the last round of the first half in this best of 5.
Luminosity just did something so cool. That staggered flash, they throw one out towards Monster, and they throw a second flashbang directly behind it, just a second or half second later. So it actually, Fnatic dodges the first one, but completely blind by the second one, and that isolates their one player who had made it in past both flashbangs. It's an easy kill, and then it's a stall for time for Luminosity, and this is a monstrous first half out of them, 12-2.
They're looking absolutely fantastic at this point. Now we have to see if Fnatic, I mean, this last round is going to be crucial. It's going to be key. Because if Luminosity, if they get 13-2 and then win the pistol, it's pretty much lights out here for Fnatic in the first map. Olafmeister this time will not fall. He takes out Fur to open things up here on the B site. And Taco, he's been doing so well so far, and he starts off again. Wallbang onto Olaf. And guards his flank, takes the fight with Flusha though, and he loses outright.
So 3v4 retake. This has to be Fnatic's this time. They've got to feel confident. They're out of grenades. They got 1 Molotov here on Flusher, and it's just been put up to buy more time. But this is the final round, so LG, they can't save or anything. They've got to go for it. Spraying through the wall and not quite connecting with anything. Flusher playing a close angle, and this is a great position. This prevents Luminosity from even trying to execute properly into the retake. There's Flusher with the headshot, but he goes down to Cold Zero. It's a 2-on-2 still. He actually makes it into the wall with 6 health. JW trying to spray on through. They're getting some damage in. Dennis with the shot. And Fnatic, they might pick up this 3rd round. It certainly seems like that is going to be what's on the table here. Fallen missing the shot. He gets that one! What are you doing, Fallen? He picks up the double and not going to have enough time. Down to a couple of seconds. What a shot.
That is just insanity. Regardless, Fnatic do take that last round. They get 3 in the half. What a dominant performance, and look at this.
And he's actually on with that angle as well. Because if JW's holding on the other side of the sandbags, like,
yeah.
Oh, it is ridiculous.
I thought maybe if there was a kid behind him, he could have picked that up and done it, but I think even with the kid, he would have been like a 2.5 seconds off there, so what an incredible first half here. And Fnatic, I mean, they've got some experience with coming back into games. If they win this pistol round, Moses, what are the odds that they can make a full comeback?
It's Fnatic. You got to feel like it's something like 50-50. You know, and you know Luminosity is just thinking we can't let him have an inch here. They need to suffocate him immediately. Another good half, and this is a good start. Flush is forced back. He gets hit down to 14, and he's got to be passive now. Cold keeping up the effort. JW taking that angled battle, and even he's pushed away. He's down to 9. So Luminosity, much like the first half, they've handled this early aggression from Fnatic so well and come out on top.
And they have to know that both of these players are low, that they got the dink. So now this might actually influence things, and you have to wonder, are Fnatic going to try and take a risk here, rotate somebody up? Seems like it's still 2 players holding solid on that B site for now. But Luminosity, they can really look to take advantage of this. With 2 very low players, the Glocks are going to be so powerful barreling onto this site, and things can get out of control very quickly, and they are grouping up right now into mid, looking to see if they can apply the pressure, continue to just rush forward as a unit. Taco making sure that there's no flank coming in from long. And this is all on Luminosity now. Can they continue to hit the shots? Because, well, Flusha and Fnatic, they need to do it now.
That's a good trade to start off with. JW going down for Cold Sierra, and now Taco gonna fall next, actually. That's Olofmeister hitting a shot. LG, they need to move fast now, otherwise Darius rotation is gonna come in from Fnatic. There's a good push going in. FNX picking up one. Olof with the refrag, but FNX now a triple, and he's trying to see if he can pick up this USPS. He's got the bomb right there, but he can't make it down the stairwell, and he's alone in this 1-on-2. He's finally got the bomb, and he's got 25 seconds. That's not a lot of time. If he runs and they hear him, how is he gonna get out from behind the bomb box here? I think he's actually playing this to try and see if he can get the kills instead of planting the bomb. This is such a big risk right now, and Fnatic, they're just not buying it. Now they must have heard him, and they're going to make the rotation, but the problem is now when he plants, he can't make it out, and he's stuck in here. Just getting the bomb down. He's going to have to take the fight. There's the one shot. FNX. Oh, no! Are you kidding me? FNX does a quad kill. That's an ace in the round! In the grand finals!
Unreal. He continues to deliver in the clutch. FN talked about at the beginning of this map that he will win you the big rounds. What incredible play. 5 HP, ace clutch. And that is going to do Fnatic's head in. That is going to completely wreck their confidence.
It's been so long that we've seen Fnatic put into this position where they're just getting bodied out of this map by everyone on the Luminosity side. You could see him even try and fake that drop to lure Fnatic out of position. They played it so smart, but those shots are ridiculous.
Yeah, that really should never happen, should it? I mean, when you're trapped in behind that box, that any kind of peek, I mean, they've got 2 people, they could just be watching pretty much any angle that you're gonna come out from, and that should be it. It should be done. Fnatic going for the C-set 75 and 157 there, the force up with the armor. You can't really blame them at this point. I mean, they've got to try something.
They need the buffer is basically what they're thinking right now. It's like we cannot allow them to get up to 14 rounds for free, or we'll just never make it back, because then you cannot afford to make a mistake throughout the rest of the half on your CT side. And with how deadly Luminosity are on their T side here on Overpass, nicely done though by Olof, catching Cold there out of position. But that's only the Mac 10. It's not even that big of a deal if Cold is gone.
Well, that one player, you never know with Fnatic, although Fer does trade it back. LG does this a lot. If they lose a player like this, especially on anti-ecos, they will rotate multiple players back just to clear out that aggressive push from whoever they're playing. They make sure they regain that map control. And now it's Taco who's going to be alone, challenging against Dennis. And he is going to win that. He loses, or he doesn't get the first shot, but he wins it out in the end.
Oh, this is, wow. Oh, this could be deadly. JW, I think, just pushed through, though. Surprise, surprise, Taco. You can't turn your back on that smoke. It's not a wall. And, of course, when JW's on the other side of it, he has no fear. He'll go through it every time. They are going to succeed in pushing up onto the A side, however, but big damage going out. And FNX kills Fallen. Somehow, we're into a 2-on-2 with 3. Not enough time.
I think he got it.
Oh, wow. Just enough time for the plant.
But now Fnatic are actually coming in from the wrong side. If you consider where the bomb is right now, they have to walk around this box, and they're going to be exposed from both the bank and the stairwell. This is a very, very hard retake, and I think they need to get a move on as well. They don't have a kit right now. They will put up a bit of an aggression here coming out. FNX by the stairwell. There's Fer going down. Great stuff from Fnatic, but they need more. One is on the bomb, and one's going to be defending, and FNX, he's got so much time without that kit, but he goes down to Crims, and Fnatic going to pick up the round. That's a great retake.
You said that Mac 10 was not a huge issue to lose, but he picks it up and he does the drive-by coming off the trash cans.
Yeah, at point blank.
The mobility of it is just so hard to handle. And that's, I mean, this is the thing, Fnatic, how often have we seen them backs against the wall on an eco round or on a force buy situation with just the pistols and armor?
This is so wise coming in here from Luminosity as well. Rather than just get into that force buy battle where they could allow Fnatic, where they could potentially wreck their economy for this first half and allow Fnatic a way back into it, they're going to go for a near hard eco here, just a few Tech 9s at Deagle, just to see if they can't find the shots. And well, okay, FNX, the spray and pray with the Deagle, and he finds the headshot onto Olaf. Fallen will fall to JW in the end. But still, Luminosity, they're setting themselves up nicely. If they can somehow find a bomb plant here, they'll have a very healthy buy going into the next round.
Yeah, JW using the range, though, so nicely. Knowing he's going against no armor as well. Now he's going to get a little bit aggressive. Fur catches him out in the open, but he wins that. He's down to 24. Now JW's got to be a little careful, but as I said, he gets a 4th kill. So doing the damage for his team, and then he gets cleaned out by Flusha. So 5 rounds now for Fnatic. Still a long way to go. And you're right, the economy, the good decision from Luminosity not to force buy into that. There's so many ways they can just grind this game out.
Right now, it's FNX and Taco top fragging in this game against Fnatic. 21 kills, 19 on Taco. And on the other team, we've got JW, which actually yesterday as well, they had a bunch of games where he was top fragging. So just overall, the Brazilian team running away this 13-5. They will have some spread out armor, a couple of here and there, and that scout on Fallen. You gotta wonder if they got some sort of plan.
Isn't it Olafmeister who likes to go for that boost back there? That little hot boost to see if the sniper. I like that. And he's willing to go ahead and use, give him a taste of his own medicine. Fallen will find Dennis, but Olafmeister, speak of the devil, pushed all the way up into playground, finds that backstab kill on a Cold, and Flusha was there, had his back. Now, however, there's a Galil picked up, and it's going to be all on Fur now to step in here and get the job done. He removes JW, making this more expensive, but he doesn't swap back early enough to pick off Crims. And so it will be just 2 kills coming in here for Luminosity, at least maintaining a little pressure here on Fnatic's economy.
There's one more thing Luminosity has to deal with in this game, because they've gotten Fnatic angry now. And they've got them to their final form, where that round you can see Olaf just rushes up towards Long A, gets that very, very quick. They're in the position now where they have nothing to lose. They're down so much, they need to start making any kind of plays that they can. They're not going to be afraid to push across the map. They're not going to be afraid to gamble like that. And LG's got to be very wary at all times of these aggression, and these random pushes that are going to come out.
This game is on a knife's edge right now for Fnatic. They can't make any mistakes. And JW, well, he's going to start them off beautifully there. Smoke blooms. He counts just half a second in his head. And then there's the kill. Olafmeister going to get a second one on Taco. Will bring us into a 3-on-5. The lead is so much, but I mean, Luminosity, they know Fnatic very well at this point. They know that there's always that potential.
This is like watching what Luminosity did to Fnatic. I mean, there's the double push into sewers right there just to put some pressure on. If Olafmeister dies, for example, the trade frag comes in immediately. This is some very thorough work coming out here from Fnatic, but you're right, this is that no-fear approach from them as well, really trying to get control of this half. And so Luminosity now, 3 players alive, Bomb kind of stuck out in the middle of nowhere. They're really trying to get back in here and, like you say, recover control of this area, and they will manage it eventually, but they're pretty far down now.
Well, Fnatic with a 2-man advantage, no reason for them to remain aggressive on the map. Don't expose any kills, don't give anything back to Luminosity, make them commit to a bomb site. That's what they're doing here, but Fallen being so meticulous, but
it's an ugly angle.
Yeah, the curve of that tunnel makes it easy for Crims. He can spot him before Fallen sees Crims.
And now Olaf, wow. Olaf is actually willing to just go in there. There's the flash, Fur turns away, second flash gonna get dodged as well. Might get the moment. There's the first comes through, Cold is there to kill off Crims.
Success with that continuously throughout this is going to shut down that zone of the map, much like Luminosity did, and that cripples T-sides.
And this round we see Luminosity, because they're about to have the 5-round loss bonus, so they can just buy Tech 9 and armor here, and they'll still be able to buy next round. So this is not sort of a, you know, a bit of a crazy move for them. This is just a good calculated round coming out. See if they can speed up enough to catch Flusher as he's trying to make his way back. And in fact, he's going to stick around. Shot range through. They line up for Flusher. He's going to get the 1, 2, third one coming. Him, but he looked the wrong way. Still going to be able to clear out the round. And Fnatic only suffering a single casualty there. It's going to be well worth it.
They're starting to get that momentum right now, Fnatic. That's what's scary. They continue to press aggressively towards mid, just like what Luminosity did.
Why that smile off your face, Moses? I see the way you're looking at me here.
Just saying. Just saying. I mean, no one ever. You can't ever count them out. You know, they're this comeback. Yeah, they're still on their way back. It's still not quite there yet, but you can see the seeds. That's a good find from Fallen. That's huge into this round, with JW being picked off.
Double op versus double op as well. Cold is perfectly capable of using the op. But yeah, Fallen, I mean, that always comes down to the duel, right? The mind games between the two oppers, because JW, he's so hard to predict where he is on the map, where he's going to go next. Fallen this time, he had the angle, he had the advantage, and he doesn't miss the shot.
I'm not sure they know Flusher is in here, because they saw him at the stairwell earlier on, and I think they may have thought he'd fallen back. So now, if they walk around, and Olofmeister's flanking as well, they could end up losing the bomb while having the bomb side, and that would be a very tragic turn of events right now for LG, who need to close out this game before it gets out of control. They walk into each other over a long. Olofmeister's going to try and fall back. Flusher also there. Molotov is going to go up for just a second. They have the A bomb side. They just can't get the bomb there right now. FNX trying to see if he can make the crossing. Fur walking in, and you can tell this is going to be an easy kill. He's looking to see if he can make it a double. He really wants to close this out. And there it is. Some great kills, great patience. And Fur with the double kill. Now Olof alone in a 1-on-5. The absolute trigger discipline there on Fur. And Olofmeister, they're both going to miss shots, but this round is obviously over. It's just a matter of getting this sniper out of the hands of the Swedish player, and they should be successful.
Dangerous, dangerous. Exactly, FNX alone, and there's a follow-up. They're going to face him together, but he's around the corner. He can turn it into duels, but Taco with the pre-fire will catch Olofmeister stepping out into the open, and they will succeed and even save both ops. So thanks for the donation there, Olofmeister. It all works out.
That round could have gone horribly wrong for LG.
But Fallen was waiting in Birthday, and Cold was waiting on the T side of Connector, right? So there was nowhere for Flusher to go. He was stuck. They had him boxed.
Yeah, but Olof on the other side too.
Exactly.
He wins
like
that fight.
That focus on that one connector, Fnatic failed to really take advantage of it, it seems.
It's so weird. Fnatic lost complete control of the map, despite having players all pushed out. And maybe that's a little bit of the backfire of where they're in this mode where they can make these individual plays, and they're just saying, let's all go for it. And all those pushes allowed Luminosity just a free passageway into the A site. I don't think FNX was spotted.
I'm not sure. If he was, Crims would use an incendiary there, but he doesn't have one. So instead he's changing up his angle. He's just going to wait and see. And he decides to play it safe. Oh no! What is that? What is that?
He missed the smoke. He wanted to block off the ramp, but it gets caught inside the wall.
Nightmare.
That's not exactly confidence building. 14-8. Now is not a time for any kind of mistake.
Oh, that kind of mistake is actually gonna put a lot of pressure on the Fnatic players now. Flush is still holding in restrooms though. He might be able to catch Fur. This could come down to timing. And in the meantime, that bomb making its way up Connector. Flusher trying to hold that. JW is also going to be listening. So there's some information for Flusher to go off of as well, because JW is holding so close. If Fur makes any steps, any noise, it's an early warning system there. And in the meantime, Fallen just trying to make some noise over on that B site, trying to draw Fnatic's attention down there with 35 seconds left. We are going to get into this play, and the smokes are going in, the nades are going in, but are they going to commit? There's still quite a presence in mid.
Looks like they're going to take the bomb back. I mean, but they got to run past JW. There's not a lot of time left. They got to be very, very careful right now. JW looking for the shot. He's going to be able to take it on further. That bomb is still making its way up. But now Flusher's on the site as well. They got 15 seconds. This is a crazy round coming out from the Brazilian side. But Flusher does go down. That bomb is making its way up, and he should have time to plant here. JW shooting. Cold Zero in the back and Taco alone, and he's not going to have time for the plant. I think it's too late. Oh, no. Yeah, I can't do it. Fnatic's going to win the round, even with the bomb down, and Taco will fall. He had 8 seconds, but I think he wasn't sure if there was anyone else on the bomb side. He wanted to try and see if he could check the rest of it.
JW's positioning in bathroom, that early spot of them coming up the stairs, that's what gets Flusha there in time. And even though he doesn't get a kill, they have to stall, they have to wait another second to get that kill. They can finally find the entrance into the bomb site, but Fnatic had already made the rotation. They can delay that out. And then JW, of course, re-aggressing through the smoke. They more than likely thought he was going to flank around towards long, but he just gets a couple more kills. Such a close round there.
JW doesn't respect your logic, you know? Yeah, he doesn't care about any of that.
I wonder if he thinks, like, what is the most logical play I could make right now, and just decides to do the complete opposite.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if everyone else is playing in a certain pattern, then a couple of people will find success playing off that pattern, and that's always been the case, it seems.
So all we have to say is that JW, you know, tilting people since 2013.
Pretty much.
Hey, this is a pretty crazy buy coming in here from Luminosity as well, though. I mean, just a single op on Fallen, Tech9, weird buy. Some of them spending all their money, some of them staying rather on 2000. Luminosity, they're just trying to catch somebody out, and Taco just barely able to get out of there in time. JW spots him jumping across, but not able to pull that trigger fast enough.
Neither team really has any kind of money, so whoever wins this round is going to be having a big impact on this game. Flusha hiding in the corner, C set in hand, and we know exactly what he can do with it. Doing a little bit more damage. Grenade out as well, going to try and see if he can keep the pressure up here at the restrooms. Taco close, and actually Flusha's going to go down. Taco will fall to Dennis. We're still in a 3-on-4. Somehow LG making an impact on this round in spite of not having that much, but what a grenade to rein in. And there's a missed shot. JW will pick up on it, and that's going to bring Fnatic back to 14-10 with JW now tied for the top frags with 23 kills.
How does he miss that shot on JW, though? That looks really good. Super sick.
You hear that chant going on.
Loving the atmosphere here.
You can see this pause now for Luminosity. They had so many rounds to play with, winning the pistol as well, but Fnatic has made this comeback. And now they've got to figure things out, because they did find one round, but then it's just been stomped right out of them. Back onto a save into this. Everyone just hovering right around $2,000, so they've got to figure something out for the next gun round.
So tell us, Moses, call this round for LG, once they have rifles, that is, not this round, but the upcoming one.
Oh, you're going to put me on...
I'm going to put you on the spot, yeah.
Time to go for a rush.
Yeah, I would say pick up the pace. I would imagine that they have to find some way, if JW is going to be in those bathrooms, which he has been, there's no way to think he wouldn't be, push him back and get onto that A bomb site very quickly if you can. You have to, or force them all the way back. The trick about it is you can't lose too many players doing that, right? Because then once you have them out of bathrooms, you can kind of decide where to go from there. But they have to just, at this point, go head on into those bathrooms and try and find some way to force Fnatic to be passive early on in the round. Give themselves a minute to work with the full map control. Even if you have to spend like so much utility, Molotovs, flashbangs, whatever you can. Three players worth of nades, just force them out of the bathrooms, deny them that kind of information.
Well, right now, they really, okay, I like it.
Single flashbang.
Single flashbang onto the B site, and cross your fingers and hope you can get that bomb plant. That's what needs to happen here. They really badly need the money. They've only lost 2 rounds in a row here, Luminosity, so they aren't getting max. And well, this time around, they're going to go for the push, and it's Olofmeister with a double spray. And Dennis going to spot out towards Monster, not see anybody, but Crims is here to hold the line. Olaf dunks a nade onto Fur. Crims to pick up 1. No, that's Dennis instead, and well, Dennis with the double. So Olaf lives with 6 HP, Dennis with 2, and no bomb plant for Luminosity means that, yeah, they have to just go with the AKs. There's no double op kind of available here for them.
And they actually don't have any Molotovs either. FNX doesn't even have a smoke, so this might be kind of a spot where they say, all right, we don't have the utility that we want to clear out bathrooms. Maybe they go out towards long. We haven't really seen them find some way to kind of surround inside those bathrooms out towards long, and JW's going to go right back to the stairwell. Last time he did this, he got beat out by Fallen, but there's no op on the LG side.
Instead, high pressure situation here as they try and push into mid.
And there's Olaf. Nice control of that spray. Drops for more pressure being put on. JW with another kill though. And then Olaf coming right through the smoke, and Flusha. This just gets slaughtered. Once the kills come out, Luminosity gets a little bit disorganized, and Fnatic feasts upon that.
Well, if you weren't wrong about the long push, they certainly did try that. They just needed some way to deal with Olaf, and again, playing by the restrooms there. That's turning out to be a really big problem for Luminosity. This is where you'd want them to have some sort of trick up their sleeves to try and deal with this. We know that they can smoke off sort of the one entrance into it, but on the long side there, it's hard to deal with, especially if they don't know where JW is.
Right, because you might have to be going up against an AWP, so you have to use those flashbangs just in case you don't know where you need the utility to be positioned. But both teams struggle with this. Both teams on their CT sides, on their defense, have had wonderful control of these bathroom spots. It's such a hard position to clear out when you have oppers like Fallen, oppers like JW, and now look at this. A little bit of a hop forward to gain some speed. He's going to find that kill. Drops a nade and he falls away. He's got support from Flusha as well.
Yeah. This setup, it's just reinforced cement. You know, it's like, how do you deal with this? JW and Flusha, they're such a good tag team together. A little bit too wide there, expecting FNX to just jump out, perhaps, but this is still the damage done. Taco will find the headshot onto Dennis. So that's actually Taco. Somehow he gets a double kill on the B site. Somehow he has opened it up, and can they get that bomb? That bomb is all the way back, nearly into T-spawn, so there's no way to pounce on this for Luminosity. Instead, it's gonna have to come down to headshots, and well, he actually comes close to getting one. Taco, he might be able to best JW here. JW playing peekaboo, 10 HP left, and Taco, he's getting close, and it's just not gonna happen. 7 HP, but he is setting it up here for Cold, perhaps, to be able to get a massive backstab in.
Certainly coming, but Cold has a deagle. That's not exactly the weapon you want. I think they've right now given up on even having the idea of putting the bomb down. They're just going to try and see if they can get the kills. That's a 2-on-3. Taco looking to do a lot more damage. And Fnatic, they're actually losing a bit of patience. They're walking in here. Taco almost getting 4 kills. Flusher on 1 health, JW on 10. Now on Cold 0. 35 seconds left. And I'm not sure we can find them in this time. This is the problem. If the bomber does be one thing, Cold looking for it, and he almost does it. They almost stack up for him. But that will be Fnatic now at 14-13. We all know mechanically and sort of game skill-wise, Fnatic, they are absolutely incredible, but you've got to respect the mental fortitude here as well. How do you have a first half like this, and now we're practically tied?
Yeah, these guys, this is the thing, that they've been in every situation. They're world beaters in every sense of the word, every aspect of the game. That round is actually pretty cool because Fnatic obviously can't know the bomb is so far back. So they get aggressive towards that B bomb site just to get the information. They know one is there. They just want to take the fight. JW is still sticking around. Or Olofmeister, excuse me.
I think that was a bit of a team flash as well there, so maybe some miscommunication on the timing. Fallen, he's going to spot them falling back. Not going to be able to land that shot, though. And Taco still, this is back into the kind of default sort of hold that we've been seeing here from Luminosity, working towards getting that mid control, leaving Taco over towards B to kind of duel it out with Crims.
Now they've done it, though. Now they've pushed Fnatic away from these bathrooms. And Flusha is still going to get aggressive behind this smoke, and JW has the op, but they've pushed him away. They haven't lost any members from that early contact.
They pushed him a bit back, but not far enough back that they can actually execute into the A-bomb side, right? The smokes that they throw for that execute would actually land behind Fnatic right now, so they still gotta push more, and that's exactly what Fnatic don't want happening here. Fur playing right on the edge, and we've got Taco now. He was at B, but he's actually making his way back right now, so they're giving up that entire part of the map. That could be a little bit scary. Flusha, Molotov in the corner there. Fur is actually going to touch him. It will do a little bit of damage. What an annoying grenade.
That really forced the angle wide open, though, because now he has to try and get in here with the deep flash. Flusha still holding in the angle. He's willing to take this fight head on. 25 seconds left, and he spots out Cold. Nades are going to go sailing in. This is going to be the full execute. Flusha, though, doing massive damage. He's not going to burn. He manages to get out. And Wolfmeister's there with the AWP as well, picking off 2. And now it's all on Fallen to try and make this happen. 10 seconds left to get up onto this site. And the bomb is there. They are moving. FNX, 7 seconds. Decides to face it. Dennis with the backstab out of nowhere on the site. Picks up the kill, and that's it. It's done. 14-14. Tied up. Fnatic have somehow found a way to bring it back nearly to match point. Now Luminosity, match point rather, but Luminosity, the buy after this is just going to be, it's going to be far from ideal. They really needed that bomb plant.
They haven't even been getting any, they haven't gotten the bomb down since essentially the first round, and maybe that round they won, but you could listen to this crowd trying to cheer them back up because they seem like they are just stumped. They have no response to this from Fnatic.
They've got to dig very deep right now. We're heading to the 29th round here. After what looked like it was going to be a quick game. Fnatic looked clueless and defeated, and then suddenly they're right back here. We shouldn't be surprised, but I feel like every time we see it, it's still just a little bit shocking, isn't it? That it can even be real. There's a shot from Crims. starting off the round. Taco goes down, Cold Zero to follow, and there's Crims again dropping for. Finally, they find a way to take him out, but it's just too late right now. FNX and Fallen are left, and they got the time, and they got the bomb this time as well, but Fnatic would have to make some big mistakes here to give up this 2-on-4.
And the big trouble now is JW in these stairs has such good intel, like whether they can fall back quickly to the other bomb site. You can see Flusha, Olaf, Dennis very much committed to this B bomb site because JW has eyes on everywhere that if LG tries to fall back, no matter which avenue they take, JW's got eyes on it.
Yeah, he is the key, he is the linchpin. Flusha is rotating back up to A. I suppose perhaps in case JW missed something somehow?
Well, the timing of it is the only way that LG can get back, avoiding JW is to go all the way around towards long A.
But they are going to try and go for the peak here. Following with that Galil, he's going to get picked off by Dennis, and it's going to be FNX now, the last man alive, and a 1v4, and Dennis behind the flash, easy headshot for him. Map point now for Fnatic.
What an incredible game from the Swedish team here.
You could see too, it's almost deflating, that energy that Luminosity seemed to be playing with, that confidence in the peaks, the setups they had in the first half. It's almost like they feel as well, they know that they're out of it. Fnatic has just stolen that from them.
Well, they're playing for overtime now, and the crowd is certainly behind them, but they need to get this round working, and Flush is going to shut down one. There's finally a refrag coming in as JW goes down, but it might not be enough. FNX getting a second kill too. Dennis right behind, and Cold Zero, he's crouched in front of him, and he's going to walk up, and there's Cold gone. Now FNX and Taco are left, and Taco's been top fragging. He's been having an amazing game here, but he needs to get a couple of kills and put them into overtime. Otherwise, this will be one of the worst losses for Luminosity this tournament. There's Taco picking up one and bringing it back into a 2-on-2. Olaf and Crims far apart on the map, but so are Taco and FNX. Nobody is playing together. Crims goes down, and now it is all on Olaf here to prevent that overtime. It's right now for Fnatic. It's got to be very scary. FNX is walking in. He's got the bomb as well. Listen to that crowd. It's got to be deafening in those booths right now. Olaf, he sees the gun barrel. FNX, he doesn't see it. He's not sure yet. He's got the bomb. He hasn't spotted it. There's the gun barrel. He knows. He's walking in. Olaf, this might be overtime. He walks the wrong way. FNX going back around the corner. It's overtime.
And we have to tell the crowd, yes, I know, yes, but you see, even with booze, even with everything, when the crowd goes wild, starts that roar, Olaf, he turns around. He's like, is there a backstab coming in? Is he behind me? Craziness, craziness.
Wow, what a mad sound that was.
That round from Taco, that second kill he gets at that B bomb site, Olaf looks like he has this read perfectly. He's pushing up long A, and Taco gets that kill, and he immediately turns around to rotate off of that A bomb site. That kill was so crucial towards giving FNX because it was a one-on-one on each site. And you know, I mean, if we told you, if we discussed today that Cold would be at the bottom of the scoreboard, he's been their all-star like throughout this growth period for Luminosity. He's been one of the best players in the world.
Yeah. I say this, best of 5. He won't stay there forever.
No. Yeah. He'll have his moments.
Now, people don't know this about you, Moses, but you also read minds. So tell me who has the mental advantage going into overtime here?
Fnatic, absolutely staying on the CT side that's been so suffocating. Luminosity that time, it's not like they figured it out. They had some really nice trades.
Yeah, and Taco, individual performance from Taco, you know, getting in there, creating space, getting the key frags. Fallen with the flash, point blank. He's going to get the kill out of Flusha somehow. Somehow he pulls the trigger fast enough, but then JW's there, and that's in connector. He takes out Fur. So FNX now has to worry multiple angles here. If Fnatic continue to press forward, he's going to be in a lot of trouble, and he's carrying the bomb as well.
Yeah, if this bomb dies on FNX, that is going to put it pretty much in the hands of Fnatic here. I don't know if they know that he's there, though, which is a bit interesting. Fnatic essentially... Oh, wait a minute. Cold is here. He said he's been at the bottom of the scoreboard. This will be a huge kill if he can actually help FNX get out. JW walking in. The gun barrel's right there. Cold sees he wants to peek. FNX winning one fight and Cold winning a second. And that's going to be now down to Olaf and Crims. But the bomb is trapped and Olaf gets that frag. 2-on-2, and it's definitely in favor of Fnatic.
Oh, this is unreal. Now, wait, they're on the wrong side. And again, with 45 seconds left, they don't actually have control of the bomb. They're going to be wrapping back around, but they've taken so much damage. Cold got legged by JW before he was able to get that kill. And Taco's down to 20. And they're wasting so much time having to come back over here. Olafmeister, he's playing this perfectly as well.
And the timing and the HP as well. They can't be slow about this. They have to give up their position, and Olaf He's gonna end cold here. Now Taco does take him out from behind. There's one member so incredibly close.
There could be no way. Oh no! What is happening? He actually gets that frag! Peaks the very, very narrow angle. Fnatic would have won the round if that last Fnatic member had run the opposite way. There wouldn't have been time, I think, to actually make that work. Think of the run distance here. We can actually try and measure it. We're talking a good 18 seconds to 15 to get to that A bomb site from where the bomb was dropped.
Sometimes, Anders, you just have to meet the battle head on, though. You just have to go in there.
Taco is just a monster right now.
He is.
I've never seen anything like this. 31 kills for him, even in overtime here. That was Fnatic's round, and it didn't happen. And Cold is going to open up this round, shutting down all of Maestro of all players.
Some of these rounds that have gone in the favor of Luminosity, they almost make you believe they're fated to win this game.
This is all about just giving us a good show, gentlemen. Like, this is... They said, you know what, we need 30 rounds on the first map. Wouldn't have been fun otherwise if it was one-sided, lopsided. No, for grand finals, every round. And now into overtime. Yeah, Fallen, he's got the shot.
Think about the internal timing he has to have in his head to feel that smoke fading. If he's off by a second, he's just gone without even a contest.
And the knowledge that JW has been toying with that smoke throughout the second half on the defense, whether it's just after it plumes to whether it just fades, that's when he makes his move. And Fallen's ready for it that time.
And Luminosity, they're now ready. 40 seconds left, and they clear out all the angles. Taco being very thorough. Crims is still alive on this site, but he's rotated up to A site. Again, this is the same thing that happened to Luminosity in the first half. Misreading the situation, and now Luminosity, they can get out and actually get the bomb plant.
And because of the overtime format, Fnatic can't afford to throw these rifles away. If they just go all in here and lose the 3 rifles, they might lose every single round of overtime, and that's exactly what's happening. They make that swift calculation and say, not this time. What are we seeing, Moses? Yeah, there's the timing that we were talking about, the time to run, but it was actually all the way back at where the playground is so far away to make that bomb run in the first round of overtime. Again, we're looking for the first team for 19 rounds with our current overtime format here. So Luminosity is taking a step closer right now.
And with the way these halves have gone, 2 rounds in overtime for Luminosity on their T side, that's a huge victory for them so far.
That'll set them up nicely, no doubt about it, to go into this. And the pressure now is going to be mounting on Fnatic. You can be sure that they're hearing the crowd chant, and that is actually one thing that Fnatic have not succeeded in doing. Even with the comeback, the crowd kept chanting for Luminosity. Wasn't like yesterday.
They're like, come on, guys, we beat First Pro. We just didn't want to have to deal with this.
Right? And now, well, yeah, it's just constant Luminosity being willed forward here by the fans and the public. And now, well, how does this break down? They have the AWP on Fallen again. And actually, they set a little bit of a trap here in Connector. 2 players holding. And JW, he isn't going to give them the chance just yet. He might try and get in there on an off time, but they are going to be pushing forward Luminosity. They are going to take the fight with him soon. And Dennis, he's got his back in sewers, but this is all on JW. Does he hit the timing? And Coldzera checks the angle, and point blank, JW wins the fight, gets the AK, and he could get the follow-up here as well. But no, for hiding in the corner, we'll pick up the 1. Dennis, full fall to Taco. And it is going to be the man advantage now for Luminosity, although Olafmeister does bring it back to a 3-on-3, and Crims, he sets a trap, and Fur walks right into it.
Great timing there for the 2 Swedish players, just finding themselves in the perfect spot now. FNX and Fallen, they're making their way in. The problem is they can probably get to the bomb site here, and with the smokes and the Molotovs, they can definitely also zone out Olafmeister, but Flusher is going to have them sandwiched in, and they don't even know it. This should definitely be Fnatic's round. They've got the perfect timing for it. 45 seconds, and there's Flusher being put into play, gets the 1 kill. FNX will turn around and pick him up, but it's still a very, very good frag coming through the first time around, and now it shouldn't be possible for FNX to clutch this round either. He's got no more grenades, and it goes down to Olafmeister. That is going to be the first half of overtime with a 2-1 round score for Luminosity. That means they're 2 rounds away from winning on overpass.
Back onto the CT side, so that clutch from Taco in the first round is huge. That second round that Luminosity wins, got a little bit of a read on this defense, finally found something that could overwhelm it. Now it's back on Fnatic. They're the ones who have to do it now, and this is where you could see them do some kind of change of pace. They have all the money. During regulation, they had gotten in so much trouble with their economy. It had been so beaten up. At certain points, they didn't have the nades to use. Now they get everything they can want. They can have that AWP if they want to go for a battle. They can have the Molotovs and all the flashbangs they'll need for some kind of an execution.
Fnatic's approach to playing the first round of overtime was to not even go aggressive on birthday, but just double up on aggression. They went super far, down on long as well, really trying to catch Luminosity off guard. And I mean, we'll see if the Brazilian team is going to try something similar now that they're on the CT side. They got all the tools for it.
Need to meet them head on. I think that's going to be the key. I mean, FNX does barrel up to top mid very quickly, but instead it's going to be a bit of a focus on the B site here for Luminosity, considering Fnatic hit it repeatedly during regulation time. Not surprising, triple nade going off on top of Flusha. He somehow lives. He's got 8 HP, but that was a sick surprise.
That was so close as well to just take him out. One of those nades goes just a little bit, you know, to the left or right, and Flusha's gone. A little bit of a response and spam, not going to do enough damage, but all of a sudden, Flusha, who's been such an effective player for Fnatic, he has to be passive throughout this whole round. He can't do anything.
Yeah, he has to take a bit of a backseat role. Might carry the bomb, might set up the nades. He's got an incendiary, so he could use that to clear out Toxic if he wanted to.
I will say this, I've seen Flusha, it seems like especially him, very often when he's low on health, still manage to have a pretty big impact on rounds. So, you know, it's Counter-Strike, so 8 health is sometimes just enough to still make something work here. But what it's also done is it's slowed down Fnatic so much. 50 seconds, they don't have control of restrooms, they're just outside of B, and we've got to see what they're doing here.
They haven't even pushed back Fountain yet. This makes me think that their endgame was planning on being a B play, at least initially, because they haven't even tried to gain control anywhere.
I think so. 35 seconds left, and they're just now starting to push towards restrooms, making a little bit of noise towards long, and I mean, that's JW taking point. He might run into FNX and Fallen, who are still holding these angles. Fallen, of course, with the AWP. And right now, I mean, like 20 seconds left. They need to start pushing Fnatic, and Luminosity are doing such a good job of making sure that they can't get an entry frag to make things easy for him. Dennis, though, will be able to catch out FNX, but Fallen's still alive. Does he hear the footsteps of the man coming up behind him, though? This is about to get tricky. And they managed to get onto the site, Fnatic. 8 seconds, and that bomb will get planted.
What a close call right now, and LG, I mean, they're on the spot to going for a retake here. Fur moving up, trying to play the edge of the smoke, but he can't really spot out anybody. JW coming over with one more kill. There's Cold Zero coming in. Fur as well. Now it's back into a 2-on-2. Fur gonna go for the peak. He gets a shot on Dennis, and Olive is miles away from this action. They don't have a smoke, so this orb is still...
Somehow they line up for him.
Who would have thought?
He's miles away, but wait, he has it off. Oh, no. Look at this. Boom.
Just soul-crushing.
Unbelievable.
Oh, and Luminosity, they had to feel like, this is it, we got it, you know? One of us gets on the bomb, the other one covers for him. We got it in the bag. Talk about a letdown. And now, yeah, again, pressure here. But this time, Fallen's using that same off angle that he used to catch out Flusha earlier. But this time around, they're not gonna fall for it, Fnatic. They get the flash, they don't peek, and that was perfectly done, Fnatic. They just don't get caught by the same trap twice.
What a great sequence of smokes or flashbangs to try and get in there and get that kill on Cold Zero. Who's got to be just a bit annoyed. Taco right at the edge here. Crimson on the other side. Taco, he sees the feet as well. It's perfect, and he's going to get that frag. He drops a bit low, but that's well worth it.
The timing to not get spotted coming through that smoke that worked out perfectly for Taco is brought down very low, but now look at the re-aggression from Fallen, gaining so much map control, so much information, and he might be able to grab a kill here on JW if he comes out the door.
Yeah, but even if not, Flusha actually has to cross back as well. Fallen has moved on from this, though.
Ver here's the steps on Olaf. Yeah, and he's not going to get caught. He heard him coming from a mile away there. Olaf definitely feeling a little bit of pressure, running instead of walking. And now with Fallen all the way the back line into connector, he could go down through T-spawn, get the flank. It could be brutal here for Fnatic. It's only Taco alive on this B site, though. And Fnatic, they've gone right through. They've managed to thread through the defense here. Taco needs to stay alive at all costs. And he's only got the 19 HP.
Smoke goes up once, try and block it out. He's going to go for it, but Flush is shutting him down. What a great headshot, strafing out of the ramp there. Fallen missing a shot, JW to punish. There's no room for error right now. You've got to hit every single thing, or Fnatic will try and take this away. It's a full-on retake here. 2-on-3. And FNX, a little bit of a Molotov going in once. They try and spam that angle from the other side. Grenade rains in and doesn't do that much damage either. They need to move quick if they're serious about this. There is a flank coming in, but it's very, very slow from Fur here. Where are the kills happening from Luminosity? A couple of a spray through. They don't even know where Fnatic are right now. Flusher with one shot. Fur coming up behind. He's missing these tabs, and that's going to pretty much do it here. He gets a couple of kills. There's so little time right now. Runs in. The bomb is going to definitely go up in the back line. It's a quad kill, but the round is done, and Fnatic, they are now at map point in overtime.
Again, and that push from Fall, and it looked so good. It got him so much intel, so much information, but it actually backfires on him.
Yeah, that's the main thing, because Taco isn't anywhere near Sewers. He's so low on HP. He's playing so far back. They can't tell that they've actually just threaded right through.
Yeah, coming down those stairs, it was the perfect play to make, and Fnatic does it. It's almost like using the weight of Luminosity's play against them. They find the perfect leverage for it, and the B-bomb site, the defense is just too weak. And now look at this buy. To force a second overtime, LG is going to have to find a way to win with 5 CZs.
Yeah. Well, now is where I would like to see Colsera come into play, because we've actually seen him be very good with this pistol, so it's not impossible. And look how defensive Fnatic are as well. They definitely don't want to run into any kind of weird trick.
Nice nade on the Taco. We'll drop him down low. That timing working out impeccably. And well, yeah, Fnatic, they have all the time in the world right now to just sit and wait, see where Luminosity are going to be playing aggressive. There is a little bit of a trap set up in connector, but JW, for once, is content to sit back and wait and see what's coming his way. Although, as I say it, he is going to go in with the CZ. CZ on CZ action here. Fur has the advantage, but JW gets the first spray. 3 bullets left. Not going to be able to make it out in time. FNX hits, well, at least strikes back and manages to pick him up. And now they actually have something to work with here, Luminosity.
AWP stolen, Fallen taking a fight there, gonna drop the bomb as well, picks up an AK. Oh no, Fnatic, that's not the kind of casualty you needed right now. Colsera going for the shot here, he's been very good. Couple of bullets left, gonna be forced to reload there. And Dennis and Flusher trying to see if they can sandwich Fallen in. He's in the restrooms waiting with that AWP, and he's been lightning fast in the power. So AWP with the AK, he's been lightning fast in the past. Trying to see if he can make it work, but Flusher shooting him in the back. It's back into a 3-on-3. 18 seconds left. Olaf gets a kill as well. Fnatic, where's that bomb plant? Is finally making its way on there, and now it's all on FNX. He gets the one shot through 10 seconds, and there it is, Fnatic. An unbelievable comeback into winning overtime in the first round on the first map of this grand finals. We could hardly speak. 12-3, I think it was in the first half in regulation.
And a pistol round win for Luminosity as well.
Yeah, the ace from FNX. Despite everything, what a roller coaster of a first map here to start off a best-of-5 grand finals. Just incredible between all these players. But yeah, Luminosity now, I mean, there's the trap. There is this trap that we see all the time where you battle on a map that you think that you've had. It goes to overtime, you lose it. Even if it's just close in regular time, you lose that map that you think you should have won at all costs. I hope that they will be able to come back and maintain the level here on the second map.
Well, you talk about the mental fortitude needed to come back in a map like that. Now it's Luminosity who's got to show some of that mental strength to come back in this series. To lose a map like that, to just forget about it and move on to the second one.
Yeah, they're going to have to dig very deep. And I mean, actually now, maybe the fact that it's a best-of-5 can help them a little bit, because even if they are down on themselves for the second map, they have just longer to recover, essentially. But yeah, this is obviously a very rough turn of events. But going up against Fnatic, kind of have to mentally prepare yourself for that too, don't you?
Right.
Absolutely. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and hand it off to the expert desk for them to break down this first map in this best-of-5 grand finals.
And breaking it down will be one of the hardest segments that we could possibly have. The watching world's hearts swelled with joy as Luminosity had full control of map 1, seemingly full control, and then a dagger through it from the villains that are Fnatic. I think we have to call them villains at this point.
I mean, the way they stole that game, yeah, I think that's fair. Unbelievable scenes there. I normally say going into grand finals of CSGO, so like most of the time they're pretty lackluster. You know, just after that map, this is going to be such a brutal affair going forward. Luminosity going up 12-3, looking like they absolutely outplayed Fnatic, and tactically, aim-wise, everything about CS, they were kind of stepping up and locking them down, and then all of a sudden, Fnatic wake up and we go to overtime. Unbelievable.
So let's kind of go back to where it was looking good, when everyone started to believe that maybe this could be the perfect start, right? On that CT side where they started, everything was in the right place, right? My mind goes to that first gun round. I think it was about round 5 when everyone had that real full buy-in. And you saw the aggro coming out towards bathroom. You see the lovely combination between the two Luminosity players. It was Fallen and Fur having that brilliant crossfire. Now Fnatic, I think, lose out on almost 3 players in that exchange. And then you see the other factor that we saw, I think it was on If I'm not mistaken, Mirage being a huge one, Taco on the flanks, his rotate, his timing is sublime. He pushed off to the side, already through connector, caught the last two out. So everything that worked for Lumi in their previous games was perfect on that CT side.
And they almost were playing a bit of a Fnatic style in the way. We always talk about how Fnatic, when they find themselves down one or two men, rather than get passive and complacent, they take the fight back. They find the seam that they can rip apart. Round 10, we saw that. Luminosity down 2 men on the B site. Taco sitting on the short, waits, close angle, and I remember sitting and going, this is risky. And then the flash comes over, he walks out, gets 2 kills, and suddenly they're back in the round. This, by the way, just quickly, this is round 11. I want to point out something that we know as well. Cold Zero at 2 kills, goes low on HP. What does he do? Goes back, grabs the op, he plays the anchor, and the retake comes in. Super smart.
And I'm glad you mentioned Taco, because, I mean, I highlighted him prior to this one, and you saw Taco completely step his game up. 30 frags for him in that one. And what's interesting to me is a lot of people look towards the old guard of LG, but the 2 new additions, FNX and Taco, both of them were at the top of the scoreboard in this one. And this is, of course, while everything was sunshine and rainbows for the Brazilians, because Fnatic did something that I really, truly believe no one thought they could do, especially at that 13-3, when that pistol goes the way.
Luminosity, why you do this? Why you lose anti-force by a round after FNX gets an ace 1v2 pistol round? Can't you play it a bit better? I mean, the problem here is you see how important pistol rounds are, right? Look at the first half. You see what Luminosity was doing early on, as Lauren pointed out, with the aggression, pushing at different parts of the map, going for that body going for those body system setups, and getting good reads. Honestly, Fnatic were playing into their hands most of the time. You could even see Fur pushing long by himself, getting
If your PC is dated and tests your nerves more than your skills, is it time for a new one? Get the Intel Extreme Masters Limited Edition PC, built with the same components that the pros play on at the Intel Extreme Masters. Money from every certified PC bought goes to the Intel Extreme Masters prize purse. Only in the best stores in your region. They come with a certificate and a unique holographic sticker. Play like the best and support esports with the new limited edition Intel Extreme Masters PCs based on Intel Core processors.
between both Luminosity and Fnatic. We talked about a poll that was going to be coming up. OJ mentioned it. You'll see the results on the bottom of your screen any second. But when those show up, guys, let's use this time to analyze our lovely matchup we've got ahead of us. Cash is the map. I wasn't comfortable with Luminosity going into this.
I have to agree. Going into this one, it feels like Fnatic have got full control of it. Obviously, we saw them play against Astralis yesterday. They even said in the interview themselves, it was a bit of an anomaly. They got a bit ahead of themselves, let some key rounds slip by, kept force buying in certain situations. But this traditionally is where Fnatic, and especially Olof, really kick off. He can actually go on this map. We saw in Gfinity Summer, he can actually go like 20 for 0 against some top teams here. He will be absolutely relentless. We've seen it time and time again. And the fact that JW stepping up as well recently, his AWP on this map is CT side especially, is one of the scariest things I think I've ever seen. So aggressive, so relentless, amazing in the clutch situations. And the last time these guys actually played on this map was actually back at Starladder, and it was 16-6. So for me, Luminosity's chances in this best of 5 really did lie on that overpass map. That's the one I really thought they were going to enter into this series, and they almost did. But it feels like after a crushing, not so much crushing, but the fact they lost in such that sort of fashion towards the end, it feels like going into Cash is going to be such a difficult prospect for them.
Absolutely difficult. We touched on coldzera a little bit in the first half, how he was good on the defense, that particular round in round 10, but he actually was a little bit quiet on halftime number 2. He's been a bit of a surprise. As much as Taco's stepped up, Cold's kind of faded away.
Yeah, I mean, Cold's one of these players where all eyes are always going to be on him at this point because everyone's described him as this kind of standout individual who's risen so quickly. I mean, at one point, you know, when ZQK was still in the roster, Cold, everyone was looking at him with a bit of a kind of question mark, but he is still someone that a lot of people can count on in these pressure situations. I do just want to make a point about this whole doubt coming into Cash thing, though. It is their second least played map, second only to Dust 2, which, of course, they took the opportunity to ban away in this best of 5. It's a map that we don't see LG on as often, and I think just kind of reiterating your point surrounding this Astralis game, take nothing away from that Fnatic game, because it was essentially, we're going to win anyway. They were running around, they were doing stupid things with there's an AUG, mag 7 buys, silly Fnatic plays, and I think this is going to go the way of Fnatic.
Silly Fnatic plays were on the last map. They weren't on Cash. Or
towards the end of that one. That's how they lost Cash.
I don't think you can put it into the same sort of factor at all. I think that the actual issues with Fnatic on that were very much at his core. Karrigan completely exploited it. It wasn't that Fnatic were bad, it was that Karrigan was good and that mid-control was completely gifted over to Astralis, which is going to be an issue, considering how passive that Fnatic do occasionally play this map. They play on the retakes for A every time on the CT side, and to be fair, Luminosity have a real affinity for hitting that A side. It could work, right, in theory. Theoretically, it could work, but it depends on how much Luminosity are going to read into Astralis' game, if Fnatic will fall to the same downfalls, which I doubt they would do if they're Fnatic, but I think this could still be closer than maybe we expect.
For me, the most important thing is whether Luminosity will be able to recover after such a crushing, not crushing loss, but in the sense that it was a close game. They had it, right, heartbreaking, they had it, and then they, you know, it slipped away from them again. In that game at Minsk against Fnatic, the problem was they won the pistol round, but then they lose 2 or 3 close clutches in a row, which gives Fnatic, you know, they get their economy going, they have good momentum. So that game could have been much closer than the score itself says.
Yeah.
From seeing yesterday, Fnatic is obviously more comfortable on this map, but I still don't think Luminosity is out of it. If they can recover from that loss, I expect another close game.
Well, that's the thing. With the tactical mind of Fallen, they are able to adapt. They are able to make strat calls that keep games close. But can they recover from the heartbreak? That is the hard part that we have to find out right now. Can the fans bear it? Can the world watching bear it? It's Luminosity, it's Fnatic, it's map 2, it's on Cash, and we are going right now.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be Cash coming up for the second map here, and the first one was absolutely incredible, so you've got to expect that we were in for one hell of a ride here on Cash as well. Moses, we've had a good 15 minutes or so since the last game ended. Luminosity, how do you get back in? How do you survive? And now you got to focus on Cash.
Well, I mean, you go into this and you say, all right, we had this game plan that we wanted to execute, and at least the first half, and a lot of it worked. So you have a little bit of faith now that you can put into what you prepared for this second map. The big thing is, I mean, that's the next step. I mentioned Fnatic is going to get angry. They're going to start getting a little bit crazy, start getting very, very aggressive individually, making these plays, and you can't account for that. At that point, you just have to stop them. But at least you've gotten to the point now where you had that map essentially won. That comeback is just so incredible, even for Fnatic.
Even by Fnatic's own standards, yeah, that was something else. Well, we'll see if LG have practiced enough on this map to make a real difference. I mean, we've seen yesterday that even though officially, and if you ask most people, they'd say this is a CT-sided map, it's perfectly possible to get a huge number of rounds on the T side. So don't be completely misled by the sort of the first half results. It can go a bit either way depending on how good you are on the T side.
I mean, it's a T side that can really snowball. If you're having a lot of success on your T side, it's just one of those maps that it becomes very difficult to stop if you found that kind of winning formula against a team. That's both of these teams on their CT sides are going to have to be very wary of not letting a team just build up that momentum and just start, just running over them.
Well, we've seen it in the past as well. I mean, if a team winning formula, we've also seen like crazy set strats that are really difficult to figure out, A side, B side on that T side. If you're able to actually get that execute going, some teams do struggle, adapting on the fly. And also, I mean, just, adapting as to where the pressure is going to be applied. Are Fnatic going to focus a lot on mid? Are they going to focus a lot on the extremities of the map, going straight to the sites instead? I mean, that's what Luminosity are going to have to figure out very early on here before they lose control of the situation.
We saw yesterday too, Fnatic, I mean, on their CT side even, were just so, they're so willing to be aggressive towards that B bomb site, push out. You have to be able to contain that, prevent the information gathering that provides to an opponent. I mean, this is going to be a tall task for both of these teams, or I mean, especially Luminosity with the aggression that Fnatic can really impose upon all the different sides of this map. We saw how fearless they got on Overpass, just more than willing to go find fights.
And in case you're wondering about that wall that's coming up out of the floor, that's because of how the stage rather is laid out, that the players can kind of see each other. That wall comes up just to make sure that players can't see flashes going off on their opponent's faces across the way.
Yeah, there was a bit of drama about that when Nothing from Cloud9 said that. I can't remember which tournament it was, but
that was EPL1.
EPL1, yeah, it was possible.
Fateful weekend of 50 degrees.
It's one of those. It's one of those things where I feel like. Right, it's sort of like right on the edge, but also kind of cool. It's kind of well thought out.
Well, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be the second map in this best-of-5 grand finals here at the Intel Extreme Masters World Championships, live in Katowice with a huge crowd of fans filling out this stadium. Super sick, and we're into it. The pistol. Fnatic, a little bit of utility picked up on Flusha. He'll be looking to set things up, but it is going to be some aggression out of Luminosity over in B halls to start things, just trying to figure out where Fnatic are going to try and hit.
That means they're very far away from this mid-take that Fnatic have just pulled down. That might be an issue. Taco running in here in the middle, but they're close with the Glock. Oh, what a double shot coming through, and that's going to be Crims getting run in return, but Taco getting much more than he should have been able from in that position. Now it's a 4-on-3. Fnatic making their way back into the vents. They're going to run into the B-bomb side. FNX is hiding in here. He's in the back lines, and check it. He hears them coming through. He knows, just calling it out to his teammates. He's going to look to snuff a kill as they frost over, but he can't manage to get this shot on Crims, and now they're going to be in the bomb side. Where's that bomb plant coming through Fnatic? It has to be quick as well. Dennis is going to get one on Cold Zero, and it's back in a 3-on-3. Fur taking this fight. Knife! Oh my God! He stabs him in the corner. Flusha is no more, and Dennis alone for just a split second. Luminosity winning the pistol with a knife kill as well.
That is ruthless, because Fur, he hears the reload coming in from Flusha. He's like, you were standing 2 feet away from me. You decide to reload? Yeah, I'm going to punish you for that.
A little bit of taste of their own medicine now. Fnatic's been all the ones being able to knife people recently. So now it's, how's it feel, buddy?
Wow. Again, they lose the first map. It takes a bit of bravery to try and pull that off. What if you're wrong? What if he's a little bit further away, he gets a chance to reload?
Yeah, well, he knew that with that corner, with his teammates also retaking the bomb site from CT spawn. Oh, Cold.
Hey, Cold.
Later, Crims. But he knew that if Flusha tries to fall back out of that position, he's exposed from so many different angles. So that was, I mean, it was a big risk, it was a gamble, but he knows he has a huge advantage in it. But now they got to be wary. Dennis with the deagle, seeing what he can do, but more than willing to take that fight as Fur from range.
Yeah, and Flush is also there to back him up, but JW's rotating in with that bomb. So this is going to be the push coming in here from Fnatic. Unless they decide to back off. I mean, they are doing a very good job of baiting out quite a bit of utility here from Luminosity. A few nades going in, and FNX will find the nade kill on Olafmeister that was up in boost. So Fnatic right now are just trying to figure out a way to get close to a site without getting their heads taken off. Headshot potential on the Cold, but
Cold hits it first, and Cold gets the tag. The follow-up onto Flusha, misses a shot finally, but decides to get in there with the USP, putting on some pressure. JW with the Deeg will finally find the kill, but that should be it. Fallen with the UMP will pick up the last kill of this round. And a solid anti-eco round coming out there for Luminosity. 4 players surviving at the end of it.
Yeah, critical as well, because now we see this 3rd round buy. See 2 AKs come out, 4 AKs, and now a Tech 9 onto Flusha just so he can have the utility. But on the previous map, on Overpass, we had seen Fnatic, even with just upgraded pistols, no armor, no utility, they're able to get 2 to 3 kills in those rounds. Those Deagles can be so dangerous, but Luminosity contains it very well.
Now we might actually have a straight up execute onto this A side here from Fnatic. Very light on the nades, so it might just be a straight flash from Olofmeister to set things up. He is taking point, never mind. It's going to be Dennis or Cribs going in very quickly. A lot of pressure here on FNX and Taco to stay alive, and they're both dropping very low. Fantastic opening play there from Fnatic onto that A site, but then Fire and Cold have something to say about it, and they bring it back to a 3-on-3 retake now as the bomb gets planted.
Wow, they were caught entirely off guard, Luminosity. They just were not expecting that timing. They thought it was going to be a more elaborate setup, and instead it's just straight in. This retake there was going to be really tough. The one thing they have going for them is that Fnatic have put the bomb down in the default spot, so if they can kill Dennis and JW, then Crim's going to have one hell of a time getting back and stopping the bomb from getting defused. JW, he's close, the smoke is going to fade, he instantly gets shot, Fur gets one, Dennis, he burns alive, and now Fur is on the bomb, and Crims, he's going to have to go quick here. There's a kit, he's making their ways around the corner, and Fur just holding it in, Crims coming in, and oh, he's spraying, but Fnatic, they are barely going to win that round. He gets the last bullet in. That's so dangerous. If he had been in main instead of already walking out, there would have been no time.
That was so incredibly close. But it comes down, that defense of that A bomb site, they cannot afford a mistake like that again. They were completely disorganized on where they wanted to be positioned. You could see them trying to rotate into a new setup, maybe even out of the bomb site. Flusha was throwing a little bit of a fake over at B, just chucking out his nades, but not making a presence. So either they bit on that too hard, or it was just straight up, didn't know what they wanted to do at that A site.
That seems like it. I mean, now we're going to have that flash in. Missed timing there. Miscommunication, perhaps, but they have to back off. That own flash working against them, and now Olofmeister, he's got the angle. Cold really not going to be able to push in here. Instead, it's going to be Olofmeister. Open it up. He will get traded. Nice push coming in from Cold. Big spray there, and finally, they're able to do a little bit of damage there to Fallen. But that was definitely, I mean, perhaps we're seeing a little bit of nerves here from Luminosity. We do know that they've been working on cash recently as well. So they can't overthink things. They just have to flow right now because Fnatic will roll all over them if they start making mistakes like that.
Well, Fur is very much alone in the back line. So he's got a grenade that could definitely kill JW if he finds it perfectly, but otherwise backup is going to be far away, and they still have a smoke for upper as well, Fnatic, so they can just zone it out, and Flusha walking right in, an easy kill. Dennis with the follow-up, and Fallen and Cold Sierra definitely need to walk away from this. Fallen going to be just a little bit too curious, and that ends up getting him killed. So now just Cold walking away. Fnatic going to tie the score very early on here in the first half.
That's just unfortunate timing as well, because Taco sets up that pop flash. It goes off right in Flush's face, but just before that, he gets the kill onto Fur that opens up the B site. Just brutal plays here from Fnatic. 4 players surviving as well means that they're going to have fantastic money going into this, whereas Luminosity now, having spent everything in this round, it's going to be pistols. So this is where Fnatic can really start to take off in this first half if Luminosity, you know, can't recover themselves here.
Yeah, the next buy round for Luminosity is going to be so crucial to where we can start seeing if Fnatic is going to snowball. This map especially, they're so good at manipulating economy because you need it to block off so many of these choke points. You need it to be able to stop the fast strategies, and Fnatic is so good at being slow and fast-paced on this. So it's always kind of a guessing game with that utility. Are you using it too early? Are you holding it too long? And actually, one cool trick that Fnatic did, JW was brought very, very low. He was down to like 9 HP, and they just boost him up in middle, and they just say, all right, don't take part in the attack. You're just going to sit here and watch the flank. You can't take any bullets. So, I mean, just chill here. See if you can cut any rotations off. But don't risk dying in the bomb site take. And now aggression. JW and Dennis both find opening kills. One towards mid, one towards the B bomb site.
And that's the rifle down, and no flash there to make it any easier for him either. Bit surprising. Olofmeister with a big spray on FNX, and he holds it. Carries it over to Fire. Flusha catches Fallen, trying to pick up that M4A1, and a perfect, flawless anti-eco round coming out there for Fnatic.
I mean, that pop flash worked exactly how you'd wish it did every time, and Olof just doesn't care.
No, I mean, he continues to spray through blind, gets that first kill completely blind, and then he's like, all right, well, 5 bullets left, better adjust the spray here to the second guy.
Since I'm already at it, might as well just keep going at this point.
This is that crucial buy round. Luminosity, they have to either, even if they lose this, they have to do damage to the buildup of Fnatic. They need to get a good amount of kills. They need to have success in this round.
Bit of game of chicken happening here in mid right now. Cold, is he gonna get the angle onto JW? No, he will not. JW peeks out. Cold is gone from the vents. Fur, he dares to look, and he will find the kill onto JW and even makes it out of there in one piece. A bit surprising to see Flusha, I guess, expecting there to be some kind of aggression in halls. He's not in position to catch the man coming out of vents. And so that means Luminosity kind of get out of this scot-free, although it is still a situation that favors Fnatic. At least Luminosity have brought it back to a 4-on-4.
This does favor the Terra side, though. You can see Fallen, they need to have mid control. He's at the sandbags. FNX is on highway, going back between mid and the bomb site just to support. There's Krim spotted, but still no commit anywhere from Fnatic.
Small banks all over the place, and Fallen not going to get caught off guard by Olofmeister. Crims falls low. He does take out FNX. However, it's just trades all over the place right now. Action all across the map. It is focus mid, and Fallen's just caught out in the middle of nowhere, but Taco's there to make it interesting. He picks up a kill, and he holds the line. Does he actually manage to get the kill versus Crims? No! Somehow Crims survives with 40 HP, and that leaves Fur all alone over on the B site.
Just a ridiculous amount of mid pressure being put on by Fnatic, just throwing bodies, grenades. And even when Luminosity gets the trades, there's just still so many more terrorists streaming over, streaming out mid. And Luminosity can't hold it back forever. Now just onto Fur in this 1-on-2, but he's got very low HP.
Yeah, this is tough. They're in a great position for it right now. If he goes up, then they're both going to be able to peek him at the same time. And if he walks in like this, I mean, they have almost every angle covered. Fnatic have used all of their grenades, but still, Fur trying once, and you can tell he's no idea where the second player is. I mean, it's good information play from him to even find the first one, but he's going to give it up and try and see if he can at least make it out of this one alive. See if they're going to let him get around the corner, but they're actually still going to come for him. At least Crims is ready. See if he can catch him in the connector here. Fur right around the corner. Crims walking right in, and actually it's going to be Fur to pick up that kill. So Crims ends up dying, and they save the one rifle, but the rest of Luminosity can't afford to buy. And are they going to try it anyway? It looks like they might at least do a bit of a semi-buy up here.
Yeah, invest a little bit into an armor and pistol, see if you can chip down the economy a little bit of Fnatic. You did force some rebuys out of them that round. Not enough, but still, they've got to make sure they have enough going into the next to have enough money for rifles.
And JW's now got his AWP as well, so we know what he's capable of. Perfectly happy to just sit and wait. Fur with that M4A1, once again taking it over to B-Halls, and he's going to find the first pick on Flusha. Clever use of the smoke, and he even manages to get out of dodge. Gets dropped down to half HP, but he could even pass that. He could pass that M4 over to FNX or Cold. Both of them have Kevlar right now, so it's not the end.
Still, I mean, map-wide control for Fnatic. There's not much presence in mid from Luminosity. Crims is now going to pick up the bomb and start rotating over towards that A site. And with no utility, this gives JW plenty of time with AWP to peer in. Taco and FNX have to be very careful how they peek this.
Or they just step out into the open and, you know, YOLO it onto the site, no problem.
Oh, missed shot once. A little bit of a boost on the other side. Grenade actually going to land on that boost, and they know there's two players behind this container now. Still 50 seconds left, and Olaf going to open up on one. Taco, every single person from Fnatic just looking his way. Now, it's going to be a bomb plant for sure, but LG, can they do anything to get back in here? There is a bit of a flank coming in from Fallen, but it's just too late. Fnatic going to make it 5-2 here.
The awareness of Olaf is just so incredible to watch. Coming out, they get the pick into the A-bomb site. When Taco goes out towards Forklift, Olaf is already ready there and waiting to get one more kill. They establish the bomb site, and he's already thinking, watch out for the flank. That timing, whatever sense he had of it, it's just perfect in that round.
Yeah, a flawless round from him, and the money is starting to get a bit out of control here. So this is the moment now for Luminosity. They have to put a stop to Fnatic, and they're going to change it up by getting aggressive in mid at least. Putting a bit more attention there. Cold is there, far up in the vents right now, worried perhaps about Checkers as the nades go out from JW and Flusha. But this is all about getting into A side, it seems, here for Fnatic. They want to see if they can't catch somebody out. They've had success here so far, so why change it up?
Big thing now is Fallen with that AWP. He's over towards Checkers, so he's not going to be in at least on this initial action. FNX and Taco once again.
Well, that's awkward.
Yeah, that hurts. Dennis is not happy about that one, but here comes execution. Olaf swinging out wide. He gets dropped by Cold.
Oh, that's a sick flash, though. Cold and Taco stacking up, and they're just wrecking Fnatic right now. It's down to JW. Somehow in the space of 2 seconds, and through the smoke, FNX nearly picks him off. Wall big shot, JW, he hits it.
The best, I mean, right now, JW can still do a lot of damage to this Luminosity team if they misplay this situation. 2 of them are low on health, and they need every rifle they can to get out of this round. JW and Fnatic are already ahead. I don't think he has any hopes of getting out of this round with this AWP intact. He's boxed in as well. Going to be creeping in, and he goes down to Fallen. So there is another round for Luminosity, and it didn't seem like they wanted to save the AWP. No one was running for it, so double up is a very, very popular setup on this map, though.
It is, but yeah, not wanting to go for it that time at least. That's an important round for Luminosity, not only to get another round on the board, but just the fact they had 4 members survive. Because now you can see Cold 2,600, FNX 2,500, Fur even above that. They have the money to withstand some losses in these rounds. JW just nearly misses. Almost a good opening pick. Fur's going to be in vents, though, so a nice mid setup for Luminosity here.
Same that they used last round, essentially. Cold on short, there to take a fight. JW going for the wall bang, but unfortunately for him, Cold is not up on the sugar cube. Instead, it's Dennis to spot out Cold with a little bit of a shoulder peek. Another smoke going down into mid to buy a little bit more time here for Luminosity. And while Fnatic, they're still thinking, you know, that they want to apply the pressure here. Dennis is still dancing, and he's got JW covering his back as well.
Yeah, a little bit like Overpass. This is actually a map where there are still a lot of things that haven't been discovered. Because there are so many wallbangs you could do, unlike most other maps where it's not possible, it definitely is on cash. So, see if someone's going to bring something to the table here. It's going to be Crimson JW opening up in the middle. And again, Fnatic, just with this mid-control, they're so good at taking it. The FNX on the corner, but he's just getting overwhelmed. If the AK hadn't been enough, then probably the grenade would have finished him anyway. Taco and Fallen, I don't even know what they could do at this point. Fallen, he can't save the orb in this corner, so instead, he's going to take down Flush. A second kill comes through. Fallen peeking again, and it's not going to be the triple. But for a moment, you wanted to believe that that could happen. Taco running in up at the high ground, going to get shut down by Dennis. Fnatic, absolutely merciless.
That mid-take was a slaughter, especially for having 2 people initially there, a third very quick on the rotate for support. You can just see Crims gets that entry into vents and just waiting for that second player to peek off highway. JW just holds the angle, and it's 2 kills for free essentially. That's such good teamwork when you enter out into the midsection of this map. Luminosity, there's nothing they could have done. Now boosted up, JW going for another pick. They can play this one a little bit more passively. It is just against pistols. Cold has some light armor and a kit. There's a find from Dennis though.
Ooh, touchdown.
Well, with that armor, those grenades will do a ridiculous amount of damage. There's a 3rd grenade kill coming into the round. Why not? And Olaf and Crims both waiting and ready to receive Cold Zero here. He's actually going to get away with a kill, so maybe just a little bit going their way.
And Fnatic just look incredible right now. So calm, composed, as usual for them. They don't start horsing around and joking until the halftime, basically. But in the match, man, they just look ruthless. And actually, Luminosity, you know, this is something that we've talked about in the past. They're a team that live and die almost by their hype, by their energy. And they just look really tame right now, sitting there on that cam.
Might be a little bit of the leftovers from that overpass. Just a little deflated going outside after the bitter taste of that comeback.
And that's the risk, isn't it?
Well, there isn't a lot of time for them to think about that. Right now, it's about moving on here and getting, I think they need to get at least 6 rounds in this first half, and obviously, preferably more than that. I think if they get less than 6, it's going to be almost impossible. Olaf with a little bit of a jump peek there to look over the rooftop. Still got this AWP. That's a good corner that Taco's hiding in, but if Fnatic have Molotovs, it's also very easy to check that corner. So that's something he's got to worry about. Olaf walking in, scoped up as well, and he's going to spot the player. Taco out in the open a little bit too much, and Olaf running close with the ult. No scoping Cold Zero, because why not really at this point? It's 5 versus 3. And Luminosity, they can't seem to stop Fnatic in the middle at all.
Oh, and Fallen, he will be able to catch out JW. So nice kill there. That was over in the B halls, but then flushes just too many bodies collapsing onto that A site for Fnatic. Olafmeister just lands shot after shot. He's up to 2 so far, and now he's actually got the back line looking through CT spawn. But the action is going to be on short. Dennis and Crims already have the angles, however, and this is not a situation that Fnatic should lose. There is some utility for Luminosity to make this retake happen with, however, a couple flashes, a smoke to block off A-Mate if they want. Crims with the Krieg, is he going to be the god of war? That's what we need to see here. But no, it's Dennis with 1 and 2. And just like that, Fnatic, they pummel Luminosity back into the ground.
This mid control, I mean, what's the answer right now on the Brazilian side?
That time, there were 2 players there, one hiding behind those sandbags. That's a really sick off angle. The issue is he has his teammate in middle. Neither of them were spotting. They never knew Olaf got all the way out. They never had any indication. That teammate is there to spot, for him to peek, to cover him just a little bit, but one of them has to have eyes on that kind of a play.
Yeah.
That's just far too easy for Olaf, especially because he missed that smoke. That smoke's supposed to go right into that connector, and it landed in front, so there was plenty of visibility.
Is that why they didn't use a Molotov to clear out the angle? Curious if it was if they were worried about it getting canceled out by the smoke, perhaps, or not being as effective.
I don't even think they were planning on sending anyone out mid except for Olaf. I mean, he was the only one boosted up. I don't think there was any plan except for him to just be like, all right, I'm just going to go see what I can find.
So, tactical timeout here for Luminosity as we find ourselves at 8-3 right now in this second map of the grand final in the best of 5. So, regardless, who will obviously have a third one. Oh, still some VP people representing out there. I expect rather a few of them, actually.
Well, they're probably Luminosity fans at this point, right?
It's all been converted.
They just want revenge on Fnatic, I think. Fnatic responsible for VP not being here.
Moses, what about pushing the extremities? I mean, if they're going to have a hard time in middle, push A, push B?
Yeah, you could definitely do that, especially towards B. It gives a lot of control, a lot of information. A, those pop flashes were effective early, although they mistimed a couple. That might be some reason why they haven't gone back to it, because they're, when you mistime things like that and it kind of backfires and blinds your own team, you don't necessarily think it's the greatest thing ever. But yeah, if you're not going to be able to control mid, you have to have success on the extremities of it.
Well, we're back in the game here, and we'll see if we can get maybe a couple of kills through for Luminosity. Of course, they don't have armor, just some upgraded pistols. Try and see if they can make it work.
Yeah, not too pretty right now for Luminosity. There was the tactical pause as well coming through. Dennis will manage to find the first kill, and that was on FNX. There's the flash, and that was effective. It actually works out, except that Taco he isn't able to capitalize. He does find the headshot on Crims eventually, but the damage is done. Taco, though, still sitting, looking for that third, and he might very well get it. JW down to 27 HP. But Flush is there. Taco just goes ham. 3 kills, playing the angles, but now he's all alone. At least he can get a gun. But at this point, it's actually just like, hold on to the P250, man. You're too good with it.
At this point, it's almost just hold on to the AWP. We'll need that for the next round. Just save it. No reason to go for this. Fallen, he's gonna be able to buy the op, but behind it, he won't have as much utility or armor. This might be a situation where Taco heads over here, sees if he can get some kind of a lucky kill. Is a little close to flush him, who's just daring death, staring him in the face.
I love that Flusher changes up the angle as well, just in case, it turns into that guessing game. Okay, is he gonna put a shot into the corner? Just I'll stand in the middle. Scary moment there for Flusha. He will survive. Basically, both of them on Fnatic will survive, and they're playing it safe as well. Doesn't look like they want to hunt just yet. They're gonna wait and be patient just to see if Taco would be brave enough to go for this.
That's the thing, right? He just gets close in case he gets that kill and turns it into a one-on-one early on in the bomb timer, then he can go for it. But because he's in a 2-on-1, no armor, no kit, he did pick up a Molotov, but I mean, there wasn't really much utility to work with on that retake, so a very low percentage chance of him winning that round. So just taking a small gamble, not really even exposing himself to any kind of danger. And when nothing comes from it, he falls off. And that's what's going to allow Fallen. Look at the nades he has now. He's got full armor, he's got a kit, Molotov, smoke, 2 flashes.
This has got to be it. I think Luminosity absolutely must win this round. Otherwise, I think it's simply going to be too late here. Fnatic are looking so powerful, even on the terrorist side of Cash right now. So the Brazilians, they're going to have to come up with something here. I think Olafmeister's already spotted. There's one in the background. Smoke, or actually just a bit of a pop flash coming in. They have got some people in middle. Are they looking to counter boost that middle?
Yeah, it looks like Cold's up there.
I'm wondering how far up he is. He's
wait. He's not all the way up.
Yeah, he's
Not
just
all
been
the way.
boosted up on the pipe there.
Well, that's awkward. That could get interesting if Fnatic decide to take the fight mid. But Dennis, he opens up on A site, takes out Fur, who was standing out in the open. There will be the boost, though, and it might very well be a double as well. Crim's going to get boosted up. JW there with him. Molotov, JW, he's not going to be thinking anybody is there. This could be so clever.
This is a really nice crossfire setup with Taco at that off angle over towards Sandbags again and Cold. This could be very, very effective.
Yeah, Cold can actually see a lot of the roof as well if he just walks a little bit back. So they've definitely got the opening for it here. Now, Fnatic, are they going to walk into it? Dennis is still over by the squeak door, and they got the bomb close to main, so they might never actually come into middle this round. Even with the double boost here, you got to wonder if they're going to risk sandwiching it. Looks like they are. Coming up, Crims is going to walk right into it, and Cold goes down, and JW just turns around. Hits both the headshots with the AK in the back line here. FNX is going to be dropped as well from Dennis. And Fallen, he's showing up. But the party's already over. Dennis going to get the triple kill, and that will make it 10-3.
Good night, Fallen. And Cold, sleep well. You know, like, what is that? JW, he comes around and he actually checks that spot.
Yeah, it had
looks
to,
up.
I mean, you obviously don't pre-aim for that kind of elevated player when you check that position, but he had to have spotted him and just the reaction, and then he just pre-fire taps the Sandbags, waiting for Taco to swing right into it. It works perfectly. None of the adjustments are working for LG. They still cannot hold on to middle, and this time even less bodies here. It's just Cold, and he actually wins that fight. There comes the Molotov that you were talking about, Anders. Olaf is going to have the angle as well, but Cold can just back up a little bit. They still know he's here, though.
Yeah. A little bit of an HE there just to do some damage, tickle him. And now Cold can get back into safety here behind the Sandbags. Do they actually commit a second Molotov? Yes, they do. Cold is actually buying a lot of time for his team right now, and all of this, he's done with this. He's done playing with this food. He's gonna go and hunt them down in the end, and he gets the kill onto Taco as well. Man advantage now for Fnatic. FNX trying to do something, but Olafmeister just spots him getting behind the wall, and it is going to be that body shot just on the edge. 2 HP left on FNX, but then Crims for the refrag. And they're going to be able to push up onto this A side. It doesn't look like FNX was able to spot that bomb.
What is this ungodly timing as well? If he doesn't spot FNX, then they could be rotating right back in to that FAMAS, and he could end up getting a double instead. This is really, really scary for. Try and see if he can pop flash his way out, but he flashes himself instead. JW on the other side, puts a shot through the wall, not quite connected. He's been sandwiched in. Everybody from Fnatic showing up, and Fallen, there's just too many targets here for that AWP. He goes down, and Fnatic up to 11 rounds.
You can just see how deadly Fnatic is. They're not dropping the ball in any aspect. Even there at the end, a 3-on-1 situation, and JW still just slides out and checks the exact position that Fallen's in. They're ready for anything.
Look at how
Nightmare.
Look at how Olaf sees this.
Yeah, and we still have the chant going. We still have the chant going here for Luminosity. And they need all of the help that they can get right now because it's the 15th round, last round of this first half. 11 rounds picked up for Fnatic. And it's a FAMAS force buy here for Luminosity with hardly any nades to speak of, so it's all or nothing now. Taco starts off by picking off Dennis, though, so there's a good start. And Fur, he's got that Swag 7, but he's going to get dunked on. 45 health left for him after that HE. Well, Fnatic, it seems like they're perfectly content to just sit and wait. And it doesn't get any easier.
That's so harsh. What a cruel thing to do if you're Olaf. The Molotov again to force him out.
And it doesn't get any easier.
That's so harsh. What a cruel thing to do if you're Olaf. The Molotov again to force him out.
They're so low on Luminosity's side as well. I mean, everybody having taken damage here nearly. Cold will be able to stand up to JW. Finally, somebody blaze him low, but then Fnatic managed to get out onto the B site. They will get a bomb plant at their leisure, and now it's up to Taco to just wait, be patient for the rotation to come in here from his teammates. They have the man advantage, but they don't have a kit. So they actually need to pick up the pace here a little bit, Luminosity. They need to get a kill within the next 5 to 10 seconds, or it's going to be really difficult for them.
And that smoke going up from Flusher is so annoying as well, because Taco is waiting for the first round of smokes to disappear. Now it's a full 4-on-3 retake coming through here. Flusher looking for the opening. Fallen's going to go down. Flusher winning the fight against Cold Searer. And FNX and Taco, I don't even know if it's worth it, but it's the 15th round. You've got to do something, and Crims ends up tapping one away. That's going to be 12-3.
I mean, this is the same situation now that Fnatic was in, having to come back from a 3-12 deficit on overpass. And it's going to be up to Luminosity, the terror side, see if they can do it. Fallen's the only one with nades, and they're sending 4 members towards the door. This will just be a smoke for Highway, and they're going to have to overrun Dennis very quickly.
It's one of those situations where if you don't get the instant shot here for Dennis, you're done. He looks for it, and it's not going to happen. Taco will take him down. A good start here for the Brazilian side. They need more, though. Actually, Fnatic don't have any grenades to retake with, so unless they give them easy kills, it's not going to be so easy for Fnatic. And there's Fur maybe overextending a bit. Olaf going to take him down. And now Fnatic have shown up. They've got the kit still on Crims. They're looking to see if they can make their way in. The bomb is in the corner, and that's important. That's a great bomb plant coming in here from Luminosity, and a fantastic grenade landing in the corner. But Crims, he's going to get the one headshot. JW Flusher, how is this falling apart? They're going to check the backlines. It's all on Fallen. He takes one, he takes two, he looks for more, but he's going to go down. Olaf with the shot, and Crims with the defuse. I don't even know how Fnatic could possibly do that.
The fights that were taken by Luminosity, it's not in any kind of position where they have their crossfire set up. It's not in any choke points. It's Fnatic swinging wide into the open, which against the USPs is so deadly. They need to be in some kind of a position where you can have 2 Glocks firing on 1 to 2 players with very little maneuverability. And then it's just obviously the individual talent on Fnatic is just so incredible.
Yeah, they're just so fired up at this point. They aren't missing shots. Even with like the Triangle of Doom set up there for Luminosity, it just wasn't enough. They take those peaks, they just die instantly.
I'm wondering if sort of on a personal level for every player on LG right now, maybe they're also starting to really let that pressure sort of sink in and absorb maybe a bit too much of it.
They needed to have that overpass win, man. This is, you know, now they're just going to get beat up. At least on this map, it looks like, because Fnatic are going to town. Fallen trying to do something here to bring his team back into it, but Olafmeister's going to snuff him. Olafmeister with 2. Crims robs him there at the end. And it's all on Fur, who does not have the bomb. The bomb has been dropped in mid. Nice shot from him, though. Takes out Crims. And looking for that back play, perhaps. But Olafmeister and Flusher, they're working together now. They're going to be able to establish that crossfire, watch each other's backs.
When we talked about the game sense of Olaf earlier, drops that smoke. When Fur turns the corner and sees the smoke, he's not going to assume that Olaf is going to be at this position. Also probably using the edge of it.
Yep. But that doesn't change anything when he hits the instant headshot. Well, okay then. Now with the M4, flush up and Benson, that gave it away, but no, there's the shot! And he decides to take the fight with the Tech 9 straight up.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was wrong. He did find Olaf there. He did clear everything. He made sure he didn't just walk into the open. So that's good. And that was, I mean, that's almost an unbelievable round out of Taco, but much like the overpass, they had to win that second round. Now it's just, you have so much where Fnatic is on, you know, tie point for this entire map. No more mistakes to give up for Luminosity.
This comeback seems like it's going to be even more impossible than the one Fnatic did on Overpass. And JW off to a great start, not only killing Fallen, but also dropping the bomb outside of the V-bomb site. Now LG, they have to commit to at least making sure JW is gone and then retaking. And there's a good start. FNX picking up 2 excellent headshots, dropping Crims and Olafmeister, and that's going to bring us into a 3-on-4. JW.
Oh, fancy that.
Doing a double take. I don't think he knew before then, but the double boost on the other side is going to come out, and first spraying furiously up on the high ground. The timing is perfect for Flusher, though. Comes into it with a kill.
That's just incredible. There's the flash. There's the deny of the bomb plant at least, and now Dennis can come in here and take this fight. He's got the incendiary as well to buy a little bit more time. With a minute left on this clock, though, Fur, all he has to do is play patiently, and he's going to try and go for a fake. He might just try and push through this smoke, and Dennis is ready. Dennis is waiting. And it's going to be map point now for Fnatic. Luminosity leading with the bomb, cost them in the end. As soon as JW comes around that box, he spots that bomb lying there. It's just all over. Fnatic are just going to rotate in and collapse onto that site. Make sure that they will not be able to get anywhere near it. And now Luminosity, it is just a straight up force buy for them. Tech 9, just so they can get some nades to work with. FNX with the Galil. He'll have the rifle.
It's such a shame they dropped the bomb too, because FNX did a massive amount of work, and this looks like Luminosity, the last option they have left to him is pick up the pace. Fnatic has slowed them with the Molotov, with the smoke in the choke point, but here we go.
Crims in the back line here. FAMAS in hand. Dennis going to be the first kill, and looks like Fnatic are in a good position. But now Crims out of bullets, down to 1 health, and somehow he still is alive. Fallen finally going to take care of business. JW going down. It's all on Cold Zero. And he is trapped in between Flusher and Oliver. He walks out. Oliver going to shoot him in the back. It's Fnatic making it 16-3 on Cash and winning the second map here at their grand finals. This team just will not be stopped.
No. And after the comeback on Overpass and that just brutal beatdown on Cash,
now, the one
they
thing
took what
is,
Vugad said to heart.
The one thing is, Inferno is a map that they already beat them on this tournament. Luminosity, that is. I feel like that's the only silver lining that this is the sort of the space they can fall back to in their minds and think, we did it once.
Yeah. And they're going to have to cling on to that because even that win was like so incredibly close. So you think there's that, they mentioned on the desk, the one clutch with Taco, he had like 1 HP, wins a 1-on-2. I mean, it was by the slimmest of margins they were able to take that map, and they also didn't have the added pressure of this stage in the grand finals, and also just getting crushed now on that map.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a tough point to analyze here, but we are going to be throwing it to the analyst desk, so take it away, Sadakist.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Over on the caster desk, another great game, I have to say, in terms of Fnatic. Unfortunately, this time, Luminosity not able to show up at all, really. 15-3 as we welcome. Thank you, Alex, for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm sorry.
That one went a little faster even by your standards than you might have expected.
I mean, even by my standards, I'm just going to get dressed.
There we go, real nice, real smooth. Well noticed.
What do you say about that?
You have to say. We're not going to get that. I was wondering what he was going to do. But there it is. That's the Fnatic we expect from Cash, right? Going into this one, I said it was going to be a pretty bloody affair for them. When they turn up like that, even after losing the pistol, they're winning 16-3. That is good to show you how phenomenal they are on this map. It's a great hybrid for them. You don't have to approach it with the tactical prowess. You don't need the strategies. You can just do what they were doing just then. Simple map control and just use your individual talent to win your rounds. Time and time again. Double orb setup comes in. Olaf Meister starts going absolutely ham. He's the star of that show. 21 frags. Every situation going in their favor. Even when they're losing rounds, even when they're losing opening frags, they're coming back and win every single clutch.
Yeah, and the double op setup is something that Fnatic has used in certain occasions on that map, anchoring the either side and having a really rotation-heavy middle. JW as well was pretty flashy, I think. But Yanko, how does Luminosity let this go into the pool? I mean, obviously, they don't want to play in Dust 2, but that used to be a better map than I was.
Listen, you need to remember that the reason they don't play Dust 2 is because Fnatic forced them not to play it. The first time they actually appeared on a tournament with this lineup, Fnatic 16-0'd them on Dust 2, and they just, you know, decided never to play it again, right? I mean, here, another situation, Luminosity wins another pistol round. They're up 2-0. From that point on, once Fnatic gets the rifles in, once they get a full buy, they just take over control of the whole map, of the whole game. They were, whenever, it's nothing complicated. Just throw a simple pop flash, smoke A side towards short, and just go in and get the trades every single time. At different points, you could see Luminosity trying to adjust, trying to, you know, flash themselves into A main, right? To get the initial kill there, to get some map control going. But Fnatic players were just on point. Olaf Meister had an amazing game. Some of those AWP shots we saw were just incredible.
And I have to say, the sad fact for me is, because I looked at Luminosity's game back when they played it not too long ago against Fnatic, and they actually brought out the same things on the T side. Their pistol round was a carbon copy almost of what they did then, and this time Fnatic actually held it very well. The retakes coming in with those USPSs were actually very on point. So I've just got to feel that even though people may have thought, and I personally thought that they'd put time into Cash, as they did say they have been, it didn't really show anything.
It's one of those maps you can be as prepared as you like, but you're going up against Fnatic. Like I said, it just comes down to raw aim battles at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And when you have someone stepping up like that, and one thing I wanted just to point out for Fnatic as well, we associate with them after losing pistols. We'd assume, even when they get the bomb down, we'd assume they're going to be getting Tech 9s and armor and all the utilities and going into the Tech 9s next round. It seems like they kind of changed up their discipline a little bit. They're going in, we saw it on Overpass as well, and they're actually waiting for the third round to get the AKs out, and that's actually proving to be very strong for them indeed. I'm loving it, watching them play.
This is something when you and I cast that you harp on all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is paying dividends for them. Like, they're winning consistently. They did it on Overpass. They've now done it again on Cash. And it's more devastating for the CTs in a way because you've got a higher percentage chance of winning the round. It's a hard reset coming in, and then you go into the next round, and it sets you up for such a fantastic half. And Fnatic, a team with such talent as well, that's how they're grinding these CT teams down as well. It's very impressive.
just quickly, if Fnatic are doing that, doesn't that sometimes limit their utility, or do they just have one kind of peon who just takes all the utility in that Tech 9 arm?
So it depends on the way you look at it. So if you're going into the second round, obviously up against SMGs and Famases, CTs are going to have a lot of utility that round. If you manage to pick up, if you just have PT50, you manage to pick up a couple of kills, make a couple of guys like have to reinvest into the next round. Regardless, with the extra 10 seconds especially, like the smoke grenade's not really going to be that limiting. You can hold up with the AKs. You know you've got a massive advantage going into that situation. And for me, that's the way you should be playing the game. It means you're set up, you've already got the rifles for the fourth round, and you have a very hard chance of winning that one.
That doesn't apply to Fnatic. They've broken CSGO as a game.
Yeah, well, that's
I mean, that's in theory, you're 100% right, Henry, and I would agree with you, but Fnatic as a team have shown time and time again that to them that doesn't apply, because they have such incredibly skilled individual players. They can work so well together without, not communicating too much, but they just have a feel of what they're supposed to do. I saw Samfist tweet out, what would the analysts be saying, and people, if an NA team played the CT side with overpress like they did, well, first NA has to have players like Fnatic has, then we can talk about it, right? There's a reason why they play like that and why it works for them, obviously.
I mean, look, it's been the highest of highs and the lowest of lows already for Luminosity. We questioned whether or not they would rebound coming into this map. Now they definitely have to put it behind them. We go to Inferno next. We thought Inferno could be a 50-50 matchup. It's going to be a bloodbath. Luminosity's proven successful against Fnatic on it already this weekend, let alone sometimes in the past. After the break, we'll get into dissecting that game and see if there's any chance that this series goes any further.
My heart, it beats like a bass drum. Come on, let me get some. Never gonna back down. Never gonna break one bend. Now, tonight there's gonna be a showdown. Tonight there's gonna be war. This is what we came for.
having the same amount of hype as the first, but if there is any map in this series that can bring this room to life, between these two teams in specific, it's going to be Inferno. That's where we find ourselves. And Luminosity, having an excellent tournament, have their backs against the wall.
Absolutely. Well, this is El Clasico for these two teams. We've seen them on it, I think, actually the 4 times they've played before this tournament, it's actually Inferno we've seen twice. And it's always a really exciting affair. Luminosity coming so close to beating them at Star Ladder, and it was always one of those really exciting games. So many back and forth rounds, great clutches, and I hope we see more of the same. I kind of jinxed this final, I think, in the previous section when I actually came in and said, oh, this is just going to be continuous, amazing games. And then Cash comes along, and it's probably one of the dullest ones we've seen this tournament. But hopefully Inferno can step it up.
I mean, to be fair, when we did look at the 5-map pool, Cash was the one that stood out that we thought had the most potential to go against Luminosity.
Sure.
So we can't necessarily read too much into it, plus the big heartbreak of the first map, but again, back against the wall, and it's Inferno.
Yeah, and so this starts a lot of interesting points. You've already said El Clasico, but with it being Inferno, you look towards the win that LG did pick up in that best of 1, but then the discussion starts where we always say, you've beaten them once on that map, same tournament, you try and do it again, usually that favors the team that lost. Fnatic, they've gone out and said this is their most comfortable map, their favorite map. I mean, in multiple interviews, I don't know how much truth there is in that. You know, Fnatic like to throw a couple of mind games. Maybe they've decided they've got a new favorite, but in this matchup, I can't help but feel I'm surprised that Train didn't show up instead of Inferno. Like, this is a discussion that I think a lot of people are having at this point, because we know LG and Train. We also know Fnatic's weakness or weaknesses on Train.
And remember, that will show up if we get there. It's the
If.
map instead, right? You're wishing that it came out a little bit sooner. I mean, go back to that group stage, though. Even with the best of 1 win for Luminosity, when it was something like, I think it was 14-13 at the time, and Fnatic was pressing with a force buy, they took Taco to 1 HP. Those are the rounds we always say break the game, and it just goes to show you even then how uncomfortable and how much pressure there was on Luminosity.
I mean, definitely, you know, you can't expect an easy game against Fnatic on Inferno. It was a great performance from Luminosity on their T side, because they were down, they were having to fight their way back, you know, into the game, and it was awfully reminding me of the Star Ladder game, right? It's just that the difference was this time Luminosity managed to win those close 2 clutch rounds towards the end and managed to close out the game. But I wouldn't give too much weight to that game, because it's a group stage game for Fnatic. They always seem to, you know, rise their form as the tournament progresses, right? So I expect a whole different game here, but if Luminosity can take Inferno, I think the final is going to be much more interesting from that point on.
The one thing I would also say as a little kind of addition to that is the fact that the NIP game as well pushed Fnatic pretty far. There's been a lot of games recently where Fnatic have been always getting the victories. It's not that. Luminosity was a bit of a blip on the radar, I guess. But aside from that, close games are plenty, but they always squeak out the win. NIP's play focusing down towards, I guess, going towards Pit on the T side, getting control of the apps. We've seen now Olaf actually having to pull himself over there to dedicated playing that on a lot of rounds, rather than being on the B side over there with Crim. So you're seeing a lot of adaptation, noticing these errors that may have cost him a couple of close games leading up to this one. And I'm terrified of getting my hopes up for an Inferno game, because we had, what, Fnatic and Astralis, which was meant to be like, hey, this is going to be the sickest map, and then it turned out to be an absolute letdown.
I mean, Fallen was a bit quiet in this game, right? So far in the grand finals, he was the one who was carrying his team yesterday in that semi-final game against Navi, especially on Inferno, having, I think, 36 kills, going all over the map on that city side with the AWP. He needs to step up in this game, because that's going to be really important against a team like Fnatic, who will go sometimes recklessly right for map control because they can, because they're so confident and so on. So I think that definitely he's the one of the players who need to step up for Luminosity.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I won't, look, it is reckless, but I won't necessarily fault them for it, because they succeed on it so many times. We know they're not scared to push through smokes. We know the T side is extremely fearful from Fnatic, but as you said, Fallen is the tactical leader that might be able to shut them down. But can he? We'll find out right now if this is over, if it's Fnatic's championship, or is it Luminosity's fight back into the final. Take it away, Anders, Semler, and Moses.
Well, what an upsetting second map for Luminosity, but they will have one more chance here on Inferno. We are at the grand finals, of course, in the best of 5, and with a 2-0 lead, Fnatic are right on the edge of taking yet another one. It's not really a surprise, maybe, especially not.
The most logical argument that anyone's been able to come up with for that Luminosity is going to win this final is that Fnatic has won everything so far, and they are bound to lose one at some point.
No, yeah, exactly, right? But that's what everybody has to predict. You have to go with, you know, like at some point they will fall, you know, they will topple, there will be, you know, a team. And for the Brazilians to do it, that's excellent because Fnatic might not be as familiar with them as with the other European teams that they play on a daily basis. So that's why coming into this final, I thought perhaps Luminosity, you know, they would have that edge. They would be able to go toe-to-toe with Fnatic and catch them off guard.
I mean, they are that tactical team, so you want to believe
like
it.
that, Frank. That's some pretty good action there, isn't it?
Overpass, maybe Cash, just
Look at
what they
that.
prepared
We've
to
got
do
some
so
real
well.
tumbling
They
going
had
on
things
here.
that can contend with Fnatic, whether it be
Nasty
the
Nancy's
tactics
got
that
that mean
Fnatic
look.
was running to
Boy, I tell
take
you
back
what,
control,
she
whether
really
it just
knows how
be
to give that mean
a
look.
way to neutralize the incredible individual skill, making sure they always have two teammates or two team members that can contact. Things of that nature, but I'm happy to take on Inferno, like Andrew said, they're going to have to cling to it like a life raft that they've already beaten Fnatic on this map.
I believe 16-12 was the score last time. That may seem like, oh, all right, they won with a 4-round lead, but when you get into double digits like that, there are very few rounds that sort of decide if you win or lose the map. So,
well,
yes.
During the break there, I was talking with Zeus, the coach for Luminosity, and he was there in the corner, right, taking notes on the speech that he was about to give the team. Backs to the wall. We beat them before. We're the best in Brazil. All bullet points, right? Bullet points. Hit all these points, Zeus. And there you go. He's talking right now. Zeus has got to get them fired up. They have nothing to lose. They go into this and they have to go head on, just like on Overpass, charge into Fnatic without fear and take control of this. Because otherwise, they're doomed. Fnatic will sweep them.
Step across the line. Touch me one more time. Come on, Debbie.
Ash, mentally speaking, it's not. I don't think you give up anywhere like halfway through or anything, but it's almost better to just accept it and say, okay, that map was a bit of a fluke for us. Move on. But when you're playing the mad overtime that they were on Overpass, that's really hard to deal with, right? So I feel like maybe actually, that upsetting loss is now some distance away. All right, Cash was never going to be good, so move on from that. I think mentally they might have more of a chance on this map, especially if they can just get off to a good start.
Which is almost insane to think about because this is a map, Fnatic, they're the best.
Yeah.
And they know they're the best on it. And going into this map now as the decider, like that's kind of the scary part is you've now had a map veto process that leaves Fnatic's best map as the one that could close them out the championship. So, I mean, once again, Luminosity, they can't afford any mistakes. And if they get that big lead like they had on Overpass, they have to close it out. They can't ever let Fnatic to get back into this because we've seen there's always a chance. There's always a hope for Fnatic to make just some massive, ridiculous comeback.
Well, they have a legendary combo on that B side, Fnatic, for their defense, right? For the CT side, it's Crims and it's Olaf, and teams fear that pair. They are so good at shutting out that portion of the map, not allowing their opponents to get any control or even just get onto the site. So if this goes poorly in the first half, they're going to have so much work to do, Luminosity, to be able to contend with that pair.
And what's even worse is JW on top of that seems to be back to his old form again on this map where he's so aggressive through the smoke with the AWP and everything else.
Oh,
it's just
wow.
very hard to deal with.
Okay, that's sick. Ooh. Factory new.
Factory new, of course.
But is it stat track? All right. Countdown has begun. We're going to be getting into the pistol round any second now, guys. So this is it. Time to make some noise. Time to get hype. And we're going into potentially the last map of this grand finals. Luminosity will be starting on the CT side versus Fnatic on the T side. And, well, give them your energy. Luminosity, they need it right now.
This is the map where your stars need to show up if you're Luminosity. You need Cold, you need Fur, you need one of those guys to go off. Fallen's always pretty consistent in his level, but on Overpass you had FNX and Taco coming out of nowhere to be monsters. This is where you need Cold to step up, and he's trying to get into the action right off the bat. Storming down mid, he's gonna find that kill onto Flusha. Huge control now, and FNX chimes in.
What a difference! Luminosity making their mark on this first round already. The rest of Fnatic trying to scramble out of apartments. I'm not sure to push the bomb side just to get away from the madness that FNX is pouring onto them here. Dennis gonna get one frag in return, but they're running into the meat grinder, and Crims alone in the pit. And there's only one way out of this, and it's death to Crims. It's Taco to get the kill, and Luminosity with a 1-0 lead here on Inferno.
That's what we're talking about. That's what Luminosity need to do. Get in Fnatic's face, take control of the map right off the bat, and what beautiful play again from FNX. You give this guy a USP. Between him and Cold in that push in mid, they just completely annihilated half of Fnatic. But FNX, he keeps delivering in these pistols.
even if I had a lot of loyalty on a team like this, if my in-game leader called, let's rush middle in the pistol on the third map, yeah, I'd be like, are you sure about this?
Have you completely thought this through? Well, still, Fur continues it. Flusha gets picked off in Banana. But the cool thing about that kind of a tactic, especially that it works out for Luminosity on the pistol round, it sets the tone not only for Fnatic, but for your team. Now you know, okay, we're going to do whatever it takes. No fear into this half. And another missed smoke for Fnatic. We saw a couple on overpass.
Yeah, it has to be about Luminosity playing their game and at their pace and not letting Fnatic dictate exactly how they want to play. Because once that happens, there isn't a team in the world that can stop them. Well, Cold Zero taking a fight here. Olaf going to be going down, and actually FNX in a little bit of trouble, but Taco there, and that's some good teamwork. Taco with the backup, and it's going to be Dennis all alone. It's a good shot on Taco. The bomb is up there as well. And obviously Fnatic not going to be able to make it out of this round, but they did get 2 kills.
Yeah, not too bad. And actually that play from Taco, you could see the amount of pressure that was being put on Rap side. So very, very timely peek from Taco to make sure he prevents that from doing any more damage. Now, I mean, at least now they have a little bit, the pressure, you know, subsides a little bit. No armor on the board for Fnatic. They do upgrade a couple pistols, but for the most part, this should just be an easy sweeper side. Fallen's got the SMG, and as the Opera on the CT side, you think he's probably going to try and go farm a couple kills, get some of that bonus money built up.
And he already has, I mean, he picked up 1 kill in the last round, so that's a bonus $600 in his pocket right now. Counts for 2 that you usually get with the rifle, say, or all the pistols except for the CZ. So Cold is going to start things off, picks off Flusha at range. That's actually right at the bottom of Banana as well. So they really are putting some pressure here at Luminosity. Not going for the straight charge that we have seen some teams try and use in the past that puts maximum amount of pressure on their opponents. You know, we know you have pistols. We're not afraid of you. We're just going to come and stomp you into the ground. You know, Cold hitting headshots like that is all right as well. Cold is just merciless right now. 3 kills for him. Fur finally gets in on the action.
That's good. Let him get some easy kills, build up a little bit of confidence under the gun round.
Another reason why it matters to Luminosity aren't losing too many members here is that it will allow them to get into that really sharp position where you suddenly have Smoke and Molotov on the CT side. They even have the AWP here. So 4th round coming up. It's going to be a struggle for Fnatic. They need to find a really good entry.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of utility to use for themselves. Each of them only stuck on 2 grenades. So smokes across the board. Some have flash, some have HE, but going against this AWP, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for Fallen to find an advantage. And actually, right off the bat, Luminosity just sends 1 member. That is Fallen with the AWP. There's a deep Banana smoke, so Fallen can be perched up at the car. 4 members in the defense cheating over towards the A bomb site.
Just waiting to see if Fnatic perhaps want to go for their standard, basically their signature move. If a smoke goes down at top mid, you flash 4 players through and just bum rush up mid, get that mid control, and look for the headshots. Now it's just JW taking point, but there's the barrel of the rifle, and Fur's gonna peek out, and he peeks right into the trap. Dennis was waiting, ready for somebody to try and get the punish there on JW. That was so well done, but the return is there. Cold annihilates JW.
That was so excellently baited out from the Fnatic side, but now they line up for Taco. He's gonna get the one. He almost transfers onto Flusha, but he's not quite going to have the Molotov. They're standing on it. They're taking so much damage. And it's still a 3-on-3 here, but heavily favoring Luminosity, considering how much health there is on Fnatic here. Cold jumping up to look up into apartments. If Dennis dies, then the other 2 pushing in from quad, it's going to be completely useless. That just won't work. And they also can't easily wrap back to Banana because Fallen is there. There's now 37 seconds left here, and Fnatic just hoping, they're waiting for LG to make a mistake. This is smart play.
As far as the setup is concerned, I mean, yeah, they are just so very low. They do have a couple of nades to work with, but really not a whole lot. Deep smoke goes in. Try and create some space to work with here for Flusha. And there's the first shot. Crims catches Fallen looking.
They can't run back to B, though. There's only 14 seconds. They have to commit to it. Flusha wrapping in from one side here. Cold, he has to get the quick kill there, but he's not going to get it. Now down to 7 seconds, 6 seconds. FNX in the pit. He's going to get the one kill in that bomb. It can't be planted in time. FNX has to stay alive. He gets the triple FNX! Oh my God, what a way to win that round! In the pit. They couldn't plant the bomb in time. They had to go for that kill. If he hadn't challenged that last fight, he would have still won it. So what a big risk to take.
but that's the kind of big play that's just going to shatter Fnatic. They know they could have won that. They just needed to hit the shot, and it didn't happen. So Luminosity, they survive until the next round here. 4-0 to score for them. And they go up against Pistols here for Fnatic. Should be another feel-good moment here for Luminosity where they can really get in and do some damage. And there's Farah peeking out, wrecking Dennis. And now, well, it comes down to the 4 remaining members here for Fnatic to make something happen for themselves.
Fnatic played that round so perfectly until the clock ran down that low. They let Fallen just flank all the way around, and they walked right into their crosshairs. Just not enough time. They were playing with the clock. It does beat them out, so now all that's left here in this round, Fallen's going to get that kill. Range with the AWP. Nearly gets a second one, but it's Cole who's just going to swing out. Not afraid, pushing through the fire.
Okay, then. Okay, then.
He's hungry.
That's just a little bit, you know, the BDP there.
He's angry is what he is.
Yeah, he is.
Now, here comes a change from the Fnatic side. We've got JW with the AW. We've got Olaf Meister with 1 as well. Double up on T side. Moses, what are they reaching for Fnatic here?
I have no idea. This is just Olaf saying, you know, I can use this weapon. Maybe trying to just get up in the choke points because they've been able to do it with AK-47s. Maybe they believe the AWP can find them a pick instead of having to overextend too much. But this is going to slow things down a lot. This is a lot of money to be invested into 2 ops, so they have to give them time to work.
Yeah, JW, I mean, with the smoke down at top mid, Flush is going to get into a position to kind of cover or perhaps bait out for him. Try and see if there is going to be that peak, because Luminosity are pretty consistently going for the peak in the mid, but they won't be doing that for another 30 seconds, 20 to 30 seconds. Not really needing to get that information just yet. Just some shots going through, and Flush are hoping to get lucky with an HE. It isn't pretty, though, right now. Fnatic, if they count too much on these AWPs, they might just run out of time.
Oh, good damage being dished out through the smoke there. Flusher a little bit low. Olaf is trying to see if he could put some pressure on the B-bomb side. Colsirius there alone, so this is a 4-1 stack right now for LG. See if they can make that work. FNX, Molotov in the middle here, going to follow up on it. And actually now, that's going to burn a lot of time off the clock for Fnatic. Time that they might not necessarily have if they want to make this push work. Taco up on the tiny balcony as far as actually stuck in this corner. If they Molotov him out, that's going to be horrendous, but instead he gets flashed in to take the fight. Dennis going to win instead, and JW missing a shot there, and that was a bit unusual, but still looking good for Fnatic. They're making their way around the corner here, but that shot from Fallen might just put an end to it. Crim's going to take him down. There's still FNX in the site. 20 seconds as they're wrapping back around. That means they're going to be in B just at the end of the time here. Cole, though, he's left the bomb site. LG have been utterly fooled. What a mind game from the Swedes.
Yeah, that is incredible. Once again, using all the time in this round. And all the pressure they put onto the A-bomb site pulls Cold away just at the right moment. And it's Olaf who's been over at this B site the entire round, like you said, putting some pressure on there. And he's the one who calls it out. Eventually he says, all right, I'm going to make my play. I'm either going to find a one-on-one or an open bomb site. And now they have these AWPs at range, both of them, JW and Olaf, with no utility to block them off, and that's what happens. Yeah, 2 quick kills.
What a beautiful round from Fnatic. That's very, very smart play. And you see the bomb went down just as the clock ticked to 6 seconds. That means if they're somehow wrong, if Olaf hasn't full control of the bomb site, if Cold is still there, any time delay and that round is gone. All Cold would have to on the other side here. Fallen hasn't actually left the top banana area, and JW's on the other side. If he wins the second fight, I'm expecting maybe there's going to be a pop flash in, and Fallen, he won't be able to see it because of the scope here, so that's going to be a really big problem. Flushes on the other side. They're setting up for a smoke as well. There's going to be a full-on execute, and there's it is. JW going to be going down. What a great off angle for Fallen to take. Now it's a 5 versus 3, and they're falling back again. He gets a 3rd kill, low to the 4th, but can't get it. Dennis will get the refrag. Now it's a 2-on-4 here, and if they get this round, Luminosity, they're going to economically reset Fnatic, and that will be very tough for the Swedes to get back into the game here. Dennis and Crims, they got AKs. They got another smoke to put up here in this grenade. Well, it's going to go far, but I don't think it'll do too much damage here. Now, all of Luminosity are outside the bomb site. They're looking to get back into it, and there is so much time still left on this bomb. They're going to have to defend for a very long time. Dennis scoping up at new boxes here. One Molotov goes up. They're trying to line it up from here. He get a kill each. Now it's a 2-on-2. 1-on-2. Cold. He gets legged, and now it's a 1-on-1. That bomb ticking in front of him. One missed shot here for Dennis, and it could be all over. He's trying to break around. He misses it. And Cold's going to get that shot. He gets the double kill, and Luminosity with the kit. Are they going to have the time? It seems they will win the round. That's so close. 6-1.
So dangerous, though. You can see 2 on 4.
Ridiculous.
Luminosity plays that so well, just waiting that smoke out. I mean, it is that extra time on the bomb. They had so much to work with. 4-on-2 situation. Fallen is the real man of that round with those 3 kills, 2 kills even towards Banana.
2 kills in Banana to start things off, and then even going so far as to pick up another one as they push onto the site. And you're right, this does reset the economy now for Fnatic, where it just gets really nasty for them. They're kind of split up. They're all kind of floating around the 2.5, 3K mark. So it'll be just this round of eco. Perhaps a plant, if they can manage it, they are going to be getting ready to swarm towards that B side, or to the A side rather. And they can set up the wrap. Flush has got a little Kevlar as well, just to be able to soak some shots. And he isn't the one taking the setup. Instead, he's going to be putting down that smoke. Not a perfect one. And FNX is there. Big double spray for him. And he nearly gets a triple as well. Taco's there to watch the back line. Taco with 2. FNX with 3. And just like that, Luminosity, they weather the storm.
If you've got, if you've got a little Brazilian flag at home, are you going to start waving it now, Moses? Is it time to celebrate yet?
No, not at all. Never is. I mean, you saw on an overpass.
It never is.
It never is. And listen, well, this is the point now where Luminosity, and you talk to this is kind of where their leadership has played such a big impact on their growth as a team. Winning a map is not good enough. They're here for the championship.
Fnatic, they're back with a bit of equipment here. 4 AKs, 1 Tech-9, very limited utility. These smokes are going to have to be dead on because they won't be able to re-smoke it up, and if it ever comes to an afterplant, well then, they're going to be all out of it. Taco here, playing a bit of an aggressive angle, but just going to slow down Fnatic a tiny bit. They still have apartments control and a little bit of control on Banana. At middle, it seems, is where Luminosity wants to sort of draw the line and say you're not going to get past here without a fight.
They've been winning this fight frequently as well. Even when maybe they don't control this zone, they fall back passively and Fnatic gets timed out.
Such a sick flash as well, but Furry's still going to be able to get one through the smoke. JW turns it around, Cold with the spray. Will catch him out. It's just trading frags back and forth right now. And Fnatic, they have to wait for the rotation to come in here from Flusha to be able to start applying the pressure. Olofmeister and Crims, they see where the bomb is. It's out and short, but that's kind of no man's land, especially with FNX still alive, watching that angle and the crossfire established. They just barely dart forward to be able to pick up that bomb, and now it's all on Cold to hold the line. He spots the first man through. Olofmeister's there with the angle, and Crims is going to rip his head off. Crims not able to get out in one piece, though. Taco is there, but the flank comes in from Flusha, and this is just all over the place. All out aggression from Fnatic.
Oh, and Flusha almost misplaying that a bit. The flash also fails. That's a bit unusual. Taco with a great double kill. And it's so critical that Taco refrags that first shot at Archway. If he doesn't, that bomb site could very likely fall. Huge double kill for him there.
You can see also, I mean, this is a complete swap of cash to this map now. This mid-control from Luminosity is being so effective. And what's been so popular run by Fnatic, for the last month or so is they want to go towards wrap side. They want to manipulate you having to figure out if they're going to be splitting the B bomb site or wrapping around A. They haven't been able to do that whatsoever because of the presence of Luminosity, and now more aggression, not letting the pressure up. FNX gets that opening kill, and then here's a double play in Halls. LG just closing the entire map down.
Yeah, I'm following with the big play as well. Thought that HE would actually kill somebody off, but no. It's all right. They live. They survive. And this is overpass all over again, though. So this is all going to come down to a Luminosity now.
Don't say that, Samlo.
It is a similar feel, right? Overpass, they just went in there, no fear,
Why would you bring that up?
Fnatic, they get 3 rounds at the end of it. I'm just saying. Fnatic, I mean, this JW said it himself, right? They thrive in these sorts of situations. They play their best CS when they're under pressure. And Luminosity right now are really applying it. They're back into this game in a big way after that catastrophe that happened on Cash.
Why would you bring that one up, too?
Well, I'm just painting the picture, context, right? Painting the picture for the viewers, letting them know that this has been a bit of a bumpy ride.
The thing is, what's so frightening is it can happen. Even now, we know it can happen, but it seems impossible. You think, surely they've got this 9-1. There could be no way back in, but we always know it is a chance. A little bit of grenade damage being dished out there. Not a bad idea. Some free damage being put in. Fnatic they have lost this battle in middle quite a bit. So you got to wonder, are they going to keep trying to go for it? Or maybe is it trying to see if they can win a battle over at Banana instead?
The interesting part is actually the Luminosity defense is already passive into this round. They're playing deep into this site. They're not actually contesting, so throwing a new look at it. They want to see if Fnatic's going to take it and what they're going to do from here. And also, since Fnatic's encountered so much defense here, they're using a lot of utility to take this control.
Finally, actually, they're just going to start walking up together here. Crims holding onto that corner. Fer, he's got that flash ready to go. As soon as this push comes around the corner, he's going to just let fly. And we'll see if it catches out Crims. There's the big poke, but wow, Crims, he's so fast. He turns away just in time. Cold holding Arch is going to be able to spot 2 going past. So there's some information here for FNX to work with. And now it comes down to holding this smoke. And they're perfectly done. Drops the bomb at his feet. FNX, he's got to be worried about short, but he gets the headshot on Olaf. And now with 10 seconds left, it's a 2-on-2, and now a 2-on-1. It's all on Fallen now to get the retake going with the AWP.
And now would be the time for him to really step it up. He's got a really tough angle to approach with here. If he misses a single shot, he's definitely going to be gone. So everything is on the line. They go and double peek, and great play from Fnatic. And that's going to be the round. 3 kills for Dennis, and absolutely well played. They take the initiative, and I think that was a very, very good way of playing it.
So sick. They're just so sick. Like, how do you do that? You know, you just step out together. You can see the countdown too. They're like, okay, 3, 2, 1, go, and they just go as a unit. Fallen has no chance.
Yeah, nothing he could do there. And finally, another round where Fnatic, that clock is running down so incredibly low. They do get control of Rap side, but they have no time to go towards the B bomb site. They had to try and go through that smoke. Luminosity just can't hold on in the end, and now they're in a position where their money is a little bit beat up, despite winning, you know, a lot of rounds in a row. That was a 4-round streak, and before that it was 5. So you'd think they had some money built up, but if Fnatic's able to win this round, there's that opening to where it could be economically devastating for Luminosity.
And yeah, well, at least Fnatic now, they actually have control of apartments. I'm curious to see if they're going to try and push the issue in Banana. If Flusha wants to try and wrest control from that part of the map, Fallen is holding the angle from CT, so we'll see if he actually makes that work. But for now, again, this is actually a bit of a catch-all kind of approach here from Luminosity. They aren't really risking anything by rotating anybody over to A site just yet. They don't really have too much information to go off of either. FNX is once again in his, well, no, that's Fer. They've traded places. Fer is the one who's playing on short, and we have to see, is he going to survive? Smoke goes down again. Will Fnatic try and press this? There's the flash to open things up, and he can actually go for the peak. Waiting to see if anybody's going to push through. Shots go out as well, and 35 seconds left in this round. Fnatic still not committing.
FNX actually looked like he was sort of cheating over towards that B bomb side. He was already on the rotation over. They seem to have read this very well. Still 2 people on B right now, and Fnatic, they could be walking into a bit of a crossfire here. They are going to try and make their way through. Falling gets 1 shot, but they get the refrag on Cold Sierra. There's a double coming in. The bomb has dropped 20 seconds. They smoke it off so they can even cross while living, and Fallen, they're going to try and boost up on top of the smoke, but they can't see, and they can't stop the bomb plant. It's now a 3-on-3, and 1 more retake coming through from LG. Fallen not worrying about the bomb site right now. He want to make sure that his teammates don't get flanked, and Dennis goes down. It's now all on Crims, and now it's time for him to clutch it. He's going to have to do this, otherwise Fnatic, they're going to have an almost impossible time of this game. There's the first shot coming through. Still another 2 to go. He's got the health. He's looking for the AK shot. They're coming around the corner. They light up Crims. He sprays. Oh, he can't get the last shot. FNX, he's going to get it. That looked beautiful from Crims.
Way too close. You believed. There was a moment Crims almost finds his